Hey, welcome, my little Tattle Tells. Y'all, let's get into it. There's something wrong with Porsha Williams. There's something wrong with Porsha Williams. And let me tell y'all something. After this episode, right? After this episode, anyone that's dumb enough to defend that woman or put up a front or say somebody's lying on that woman is a goddamn clout chaser. They're a goddamn idiot and they worship at the throne of celebrity. Let me tell y'all something. I know this isn't real life, but it is real life, right? You know what? Y'all can front and be like, oh, it's entertainment. It's this, it's that. Dennis McKinley almost got locked up in Mexico. Let me tell y'all something else. Storm is a goddamn liar. I am so mad I made a video giving that little girl grace, thinking that she was well-intentioned but naive, when honestly, her and Porsha literally hatched a device to get Dennis McKinley locked up. How the hell? Listen, let me get comfortable because how the hell are people so obsessed with worshiping at the foot of power, worshiping at celebrity, and being put the fuck on that you guys will see some bullshit like this and let people say whatever they want when the truth is right there? When the truth is right there, I am so mad. Did I ever? Hey, what's up, Zanelle? How you doing? And what's up, Tattle Tells? I know I came in here hot, but I was heated. I was waiting for y'all to come on. Let me tell y'all something. Listen. Kenya Moore was vindicated on Porsha's own show about Porsha being an activist. Even her own aunt, and we're going to get into this review because some funny stuff happened too, but now we dragging, right? Even her own aunt was like, literally said, and I quote, because I took this, right? That's right. I'm on one today. Welcome to my rants. Have a seat. Hope you ate. Grab some water. Listen, she literally said, activism takes sacrifice. You just can't show up, throw up your fist. And the aunt said, I'm going to wait to see, I'm paraphrasing, if Porsha was serious or not. Thank you so much, Elaine, for the super chat, right? She's going to wait to see. Moreover, you talking about activism. You just left hot, sitting pretty at the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion. After you, Miss Black Lives Matter activist, called Marlo a felon, said you ain't feel safe. But guess what? Same shit you did with Dennis. Because let me tell y'all something. When people are mad, right? When people are mad is when you see, right? Yes, her own aunt. When people are mad and they're operating out of instinct, that's when you see who they are. That's really when you see. That's why Porsha's so scary. There's something wrong with that girl. I know everybody's just like, oh, there's something wrong with that girl. Listen, she is on the DSM. I'm not saying it's sociopath or narcissism, but she is on the DSM. I will say, all this time we've been looking at Simon, and maybe Porsha was a ninja we were looking for, because I see two people gaming each other. But how is it, right? Your whole thing about activism, your whole activism was police brutality, black men and women being locked up, and all this other stuff. And the first thing she did, right? Your first instinct was to try and use the police against your daughter's father to get him locked up in Mexico. And let's drag Storm's little young ass in here too, because Storm did the same shit. I'm sorry I'm getting upset, but goddamn, I'm so mad I was giving that little girl grace. You and Porsha either hatched this shit to get Dennis messed up, because that's another thing. We saw the fight. Dennis ain't touch you, Storm. Nobody touched you. If you had dirt in your lace front, it's because your mom dragged you to the ground. Dennis didn't even touch Storm. Porsha was throwing plates. Porsha beat the cameraman with a boom box, with a boom mic, right? Porsha did all that shit. Porsha was screaming. She was an angel. Porsha almost threw Simon's little ass over the chair. Those little legs Simon got was like, whoop, and almost went over chair, right? Porsha, you know where the bruises got from, Storm? You know what it looked like? It looked like somebody was swinging. It looked like somebody was throwing dishes. Maybe you got hit in the face with one of those dishes your cousin was throwing. Maybe this. And 2 seconds later, Porsha was talking about black people and the police. Your first instinct was to get that man arrested in Mexico, right? That was your first instinct. And when your aunt says, do you want to apologize to the activists, the ones that's been fighting against bitches like you, you're like, well, I don't know why I would have to apologize. I just blacked out. Porsha is 40 goddamn years old. You still blacking out? Let me tell y'all let me tell y'all, because I've been taking it easy, because I'm like, no, I'm going to try to be fair and unbiased. Yeah, fuck that. Like, y'all, it makes me mad that more people aren't upset about this. It makes me mad that there are people worshiping at the feet of fucking celebrity because you like the way somebody's Instagram picture look, because you think their ass look fat from the side, because you think like, oh my God, I would love to be friends with you. You sit up here worshiping, excusing this woman's behavior. Porsha is sick. There is something wrong with that woman. Not that girl. There's something wrong with that woman. This is beyond fun and games, and I'm so mad I gave Storm grace. Let me tell y'all something, what I really think while I was watching it. When Miss Gina first told Porsha that she cheated on Dennis, right? When she first told Porsha she cheated on Dennis when they was in Atlanta, before the trip even started, Porsha made that decision right then and there that she was going to punch Miss Gina in her face. I'm telling y'all, I'm a good judge of human character and instinct, right? And even if I'm not, I got 2 eyes and I got 2 ears. I'm not stupid. Porsha literally planned then to punch that woman in her face, but she's so fucking conniving and she's so calculating. What did she do? She waited and waited and waited and waited for her moment. She waited for her moment. And when she was sitting at that table, she decided, enough of this shit. I don't need y'all here anymore. Her antagonism that she was trying to do to Dennis was not working. And she decided she didn't want them there anymore. And that's when she decided to turn up and take her opportunity. And as soon as she could, and as soon as she thought she had an excuse, because we know Porsha got to be that perpetual victim. As soon as she thought she had an excuse, she went up there and tried to lay hands. Talking about you blacked out because they brought up the thing that's been the most painful thing to you. Bitch, shut up. You were being held hostage by R. Kelly, according to you. You had shit happen to you with Country John. You did all this stuff. We read your little fairy tale fan fiction book you were trying to pass as the truth. And now you're trying to say this is the most traumatic thing that ever happened to you, being cheated on Dennis, when you was also cheating, right? Yeah. I know it happened while she was pregnant, and it's a sacred time. But again, my question was, well, what was your excuse for going after an old lady, Miss Gina? What was your excuse for going after an old lady? What was shit? Did Miss Gina cheat on you? Did Miss Gina cheat on you? What was your excuse for going after an old lady? Did Miss Gina cheat on you? Again, these goddamn excuses with Porsha Williams. I watched that fight scene 6 times just to make sure I knew what I was talking about. It disgusts me that people are so desperate to sit. Like, do you not have a life? Do you not feel good about yourself? You gotta worship at the foot of celebrity. Worship at the foot. Porsha hasn't even got any goddamn power. She's a Bravo celebrity. I remember people be like, ooh, you lit bits and that. You know, I bet you if you saw Porsha in real life, and what? Literally, see Porsha in real life and what? What? Is she Michelle Obama? Is she the president of the United States? What? You star on a reality TV show. The fact that you guys put this person up here that stars on any TV show, a movie star, you bleed just like I do. Worship at what? What have you done for me to admire? Did you cure malaria? Did you make cold fusion? What have you done for me to stand next to you and admire you to the point of, if I'm standing next to you, I'm like, oh my God, how little and pathetic is your life that this is greatness. And this is the closest you're coming to brushing with greatness. And you will look the other side and excuse anything they do and make excuses too, just so you can brush up against what you consider greatness. Man, turn my air conditioner on. got me heated. Oh, uplifting depression. You said Aunt Liz asked her how she basically planned to turn this fight around since she's an activist, and Porsha said, don't worry about it. Try to use the police to lock up a black man and a black woman. Don't forget she tried to get Marlo fired and literally not a peach next thing and kicked her off as a friend when she said that Marlo was a felon and that she felt unsafe because of Marlo's past criminal record from 50 years ago. If somebody feels unsafe, that is a reason that Bravo could be like, oh, well, we can't really bring you on as a full-time member. Porsha knew what she was doing. Porsha knew what she was doing. Hold on, guys. Valencia said, where are the bruises? Where are the scratches and scars Storm claimed Dennis did to her? Because Porsha and Storm cooked up this lie to try to get Dennis locked up in Mexico. Literally. You followed your big cousin, and now she got you out there looking stupid. I will. You know what? I made a video saying we should show grace to Storm because she's been through a lot. No, you haven't. You was a goddamn liar. The only person knucking, the only person fighting, the only person that was. And on top of that, she said, I want him arrested. Fucking animals. That's what she said in her blog. I want them arrested. Effing animals. About black people overseas. And the only reason he didn't get arrested is because there was footage. And he ain't do anything. But just imagine if he had been a regular person, Porsha had just been regular crazy, and she was starting all that thing, and then she did her fake crying, her fake this, her fake that, and then she did all that fake stuff. Dennis could be literally spending the night in the Mexican jail, still in a Mexican jail. And that was her point. That's what she wanted. It sickens me. Again, people, I don't care if you sell your soul to the devil, but can you sell it for more than a half a pack of Newports and a strawberry kiwi Snapple that already got 3 sips taken out of it? Can we go for more? Can you sell your soul for more? But listen, let me read a few things. Hold on, ready? Yes, Kenny. 2 seconds later, Porsha was talking about black people and police. Did I miss your comment somehow, Kenny? I think I did. Hold on. Where did Kenny say that at? That's right. 2 seconds later. And we got, uplifting depression, Valencia. Ooh, and Angie. Angie Winston said, what'd you say, Angie? Hey, Diana Johnson, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that, mama. Ooh, Angie Winston said she tried so hard to deflect today with that amateur tattoo and it didn't give what she thought it would give. I know Kenya laughing at all this. Listen, we're all laughing about this. Oh, first of all, I don't want to be petty, but I will. Y'all want to be petty? Tell all the Pollyannas to get the hell out of here because we about to be petty and we about to roast people. Who wants to laugh? I do. Gather round. Are they gone? All right, listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm not really into diamonds and jewelry, right? If my boyfriend's watching, yes, I am. I would like more, right? But I'm being serious, right? But I know what quality diamonds look like, right? We all have like a few things. It's just like, ooh, that's nice. Fallon, when she posts her ring from Jalen, that shit gleams blue. It gleams blue. Why? Because the clarity on the diamond is so good. It's so good. It gleams blue. That's how you tell a good diamond, right? That's how you tell a good diamond. Sometimes it's better to have maybe 1 or 2 carats, and we know Fallon got more than 2 carats, but sometimes it's better to have a nice 1 or 2 really good quality diamond than an 8-carat monstrosity that looks like the color of urine. Let me tell y'all something. The first thing I had to do when I saw that was laugh, because I said, Porsha want that diamond to be blue VVS so bad, and that shit look like it has jaundice. That shit looks peach. That shit looks terracotta, if you will. And literally, Porsha's nails was peach, and so was that damn diamond, right? Because she don't got a clear diamond. Okay, fine, I'm being petty, but let's be even pettier. Yo, how Porsha fronted putting her ring on Simon's back, right? And I didn't even know what I was looking at. I was like, is this a buttock, a thigh, a leg, little wobble under the arm? What part of the body is it? It took me a second to realize that was Simon's back because they got not one goddamn muscle on his back. I literally thought for a second that Porsha was got her own name tattooed on her buttocks. It took me a second to realize, wait, Simon got a tattoo? Guys, let me stop being petty because there's some real shit to talk about, right? Let me stop being petty, y'all. There's some real shit to talk about that. Listen, Also, wardrobes and things. Thank you for being a member for 2 months. You said after what they did to Dennis, he still said Storm is like family and he wouldn't let anything happen to her or Lauren. They did him wrong. Let me tell y'all something, right? That was the saddest thing. Dennis was even saying, even Storm's family, like it's cool, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, your family was plotting off camera time to literally make you look like you assaulted people and made a lie. Storm, that was the dumbest thing you ever did following behind Porsha. I take back anything that I said. And anyone that is still worshiping at this woman's shrine because you're so desperate to be next to power or sit with the cool kids or be known to someone, God damn it, go do something with your life. I can't. Ooh, you know what I do want to talk about? I was on Twitter and this girl had a really, really good hot take. Where is she? Ray Sanni, R-A-E Sanni, Sanni. Follow her on Twitter. She's actually really funny. She said, and I quote, right? I think because Porsha is so beautiful and reads young, right? Literally and physically, people perceive her as well-intentioned or naive. However, she's a poorly calculating, image-obsessed operator. Ray Sanni said that shit, did that shit, mic drop. I say, yeah, bitch. I don't even got to think anymore. I'm just going to quote what you said, right? Then, listen. Oh, she also said, I'm sure my beloved Kenya does not care, but it's wild how Miss Moore was vindicated on Porsha's own show. Listen, remember when Kenya called Porsha an activist? Remember? So let's get to the top, right? Let's get to the top and make this shit drop because some funny stuff happened too, but we got to talk about it, right? We got to talk about it. Hold on. Let me check my messages. Hold on. I got to slow the chat down. Let me make this chat subscribers only because it's going too fast for everybody. Hold on. I want to make sure everybody chats, but let me slow this down. Oh, wait, it is subscribers only. All right, let me go into. All right, I'll slow that down. All right, we cool? All right, now let's get back to what Miss Ray Sanni was saying because I love her so, but hold on, hold on. Let's see. Let me tell y'all something. Porsha got that peach dream, that sanguine colored rock, right? That urine covered fallacy on her finger with old man River, with his back that ain't got no muscles and got a tattoo. And you know what I do want to say before we get into this room? Why am I being so cynical? Fallon got 6.5 carats of pure ice. Fallon got 6.5 carats of pure ice on her finger. And I'm not being petty, but yes, I am. Because after that shit that I saw with Porsha don't deserve anything. Y'all talking about take it easy. It's just entertainment. It's not entertainment when people are trying to get people locked up. It's not entertainment when people are trying to fight people's moms. And also, let me just say, I told y'all so too. While I'm here, right? Y'all know that. Hold on a second. My light just went off. Hold on. Y'all know. Hold on. I just had a power outage like Porsha's house. Okay. Sorry, guys. Y'all know with my light. Sorry about that. I literally tripped over the lamp plug. Listen, trying to get comfortable. Listen, let me tell y'all something, right? Y'all know that, listen, if there's one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to give y'all the facts. Now, you might not agree with my opinion that I use to make you might not agree with my opinion that I make after I assimilate my facts. The facts are there. You do what you want with them. But don't ever call me a goddamn lie. Don't. Because I haven't lied about anything at all. At all. Y'all can play over wordplay. Oh, you said this and that. Yeah, but you know what I was saying. Ain't nobody lied. I do want to say, remember I told y'all in my members only live, right? That the reason Porsha was freaking out and wanted to refilm is because after that stuff that happened in Mexico and after Porsha tried to get Dennis locked up, but it didn't work because even the Mexican police was like, no, that didn't happen, right? Remember when I told y'all that Dennis was making moves to get custody. Now, I'm not saying he's trying to get full custody, but would you want to parent and co-parent without any type of visitation agreement with that person? That person that literally started a fight with all the elders at her table in a public restaurant. She was picking up dishes. You literally tried to beat up someone's mom for no reason, except the fact that you were mad because you were triggered. That's not a reason. That's not a reason. That's not a reason, mama. That's not a reason. There is something wrong with Porsha. I actually think that Porsha would just lay on her back, do anything she needs to. For whatever reason, she don't think her mental abilities are enough to get her far, so she got to lay on her back with somebody else's man at all times to get where she's going, right? This is just my opinion of her. I had no idea, even the way her aunt was looking at her. Porsha is a dark soul. She is a dark cloud. She is and anyone that follows behind a dark cloud because they like a pretty Instagram pic, because they got image. I will say one thing. How powerful was Porsha? This reality show was the worst thing she could have ever done, right? Was the worst thing she could have ever done, but the best thing that she ever did. The worst thing that she could have done, right? The worst thing she could have done, but the best thing that she ever did for us. Because honestly, thank you so much for the super chat, Rem. Who else's super chat do I need to read? Hold on one second. Ooh, Melanated. Honey Bee said, Mama Gina better watch out. Porsha gonna ask Candy how she got rid of Todd's mother when she was nibbing in their business. Girl, stop. What you talking about? Hold on a second. Let me make sure I get to all my super chats and all my members. If you haven't joined my members live, go ahead and sign up for $4.99. I told them months ago what it was going to be. People that shouldn't even been in my members live was listening in, call me a liar, call me this, call me that. And guess what? Everything that I said happened the way I said happened. Every goddamn thing, even down to Dennis wanting to get custody, get some type of established visitation, because he ain't want to trust that woman that tried to get him arrested and tried to fight his mom through dishes, through play. Porsha hit so many people that night. And that's where Storm got her stuff from. Storm wasn't even by Dennis. And so at first I was like, oh, maybe Storm's confused. Nah, Storm, just like Dom, just like everybody else, was sitting there lying for Porsha. I can listen. No. This is no. Let me tell y'all something. It's entertainment. You know what really upset me, right? Heralita Martin, thank you for becoming a YouTube member. You know what really upset me, right? I gotta say this. At the end of the episode, when Dennis sat down with Porsha, and Dennis was like, and Porsha's like, you ain't got to get a judge on me. No, mama, he does. There's something wrong with Porsha. Porsha, I believe, again, I have to verify this. Let me just not say anything before I actually verify it, because you know how that is. Y'all praying for my downfall so y'all can say I lied about something. So no, let me do my research before I start spreading unbased gossip. But I will say, right, remember when at the end of it, consult my notes because we're going to start from the top, right? Simon, can someone tell Charmaine to shut the F up? Like, you just got here and you don't even mess with your own family. Tell how you talking about giving me advice. Like, you healed because you got a 2-for-1 offer on Groupon for a few therapy sessions. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, listen. He was talking to Porsha's aunt, the civil rights one. I don't like the way Simon talked to her. Now watch the first 4 minutes, right? Remember when her aunt, Porsha's aunt, ran to her, right? To pray the devil away. And I said, yes, ma'am, auntie, get the devil out of her blood, right? She knew who was possessed. And Porsha's sitting there crying, talking about she triggered it again. Mama, let me tell you something. I don't know what you're going to do about life, because there's always going to be somebody that makes you mad. It's always going to make somebody that makes you feel like you're not valued. It's always going to be someone that makes you feel like you're not healed. That's part being an adult. You manage that and you move and you find your own happiness. The fact that you engage physically. But anyway, she goes and she's praying over Porsha and she's like, alhamdulillah, let this devil get, you know how your aunties and your elders be like calming you down and praying the evil out, right? While she was doing that, why did Simon look at her, right? Like she wasn't anything but gum under his shoe and say, can you pass me her shoe, please? Can you pass me her shoe? One, telling that lady, an elder, and a civil rights legacy, to one, basically trying to tell her to get out of him and Porsha's face. Can you hand me that shoe? Can you hand me that shoe? Can you hand me that shoe? Second of all, nigga, what are you doing? Go pick the shoe up yourself. You telling someone's aunt that is the matriarch of family that is a civil rights legacy to go hand you your girlfriend's shoe? Get your... I don't like when men talk to women like that. I really, honestly don't. You literally talked to her like she was your servant and told her to go get Porsha's shoes while she's trying to literally say some prayers and sprinkle her with some holy water, right? You're literally telling her to go get this while you're sprinkling with some holy water. And then you got and then she was kind enough to go get the shoes and you had her put it on Porsha's feet like she worked for you, man. And then on the last scene, when Simon was talking to her, this woman is the daughter of a civil rights icon. This woman got arrested when she was 9 years old. This woman seen things that will probably have me crying in my bed and felt things at 9 years old that I pray to God I never feel in my life. This woman took a foundation, right, that was teetering into the red. And she not only took it over and still served the community of the food bank, but they went up. She took a legacy and built on it and flipped it. You did the work. You are a part of history. Your blood runs through people that because of that, I can sit on YouTube and talk trash all day. Thank you very much for your sacrifice, right? But my point of the matter is, you looked at her and said, right? She said, Porsha's the granddaughter of I'm paraphrasing. Simon said something like, she's the granddaughter, when he was like, oh, this is Porsha's Hosea's granddaughter, and blah, 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 and this is civil rights. And she was like, yeah, that's correct. And Simon looked at her and said, you need to do a better job of respecting Porsha. You look at a Black woman that runs the largest food bank in North America, and all your tired ass did was buy 700 turkeys. Of course, you claimed you did. Probably your friends donated it, and you just did one. Got 2 turkeys from Ralph. You just showed up, sir. You ain't never been about Black civil rights in his life. Low key, reading his Instagram post, I'm getting Republican all day. I don't care what y'all say. I get Republican from him. I don't care if he's Republican. Don't start arguing about politics in my feed. But that's what I'm saying. Yes, these days, no, I don't think those two things are synonymous with civil rights. And yes, they are mutually exclusive. You talking to his daughter that got locked up at 9 years old while you sitting there complaining, I'm an immigrant that came from this country. Man, shut up. And nobody still knows what you do. Please, besides working at Church's Chicken and as an accountant for a year, what do you do, sir? Where do you get your money? Same place you get those muscles in your back? Same way. Listen, I have one thing to say. Fire your trainer. Because if there's anyone conning anybody, it's your trainer. We've seen those back muscles. It's your trainer. Hey, Marvin. Marvin said, Lauren's posting tweets got her looking real suspects too. Listen. Ashley said, hold on, let me see what Ashley said. Get this superstar. Ashley said, I like the spelling of your name, Mama. Ashley, that's so pretty. I like the way that's spelled. It's spelled A-S-L-I, Ashley. Said, Miss Diane uphold Porsha in her BS. I'm willing to bet when Miss Diane got divorced, she leaned on Porsha and they became best friends, and that's a damn shame. Let me tell y'all something. Something's wrong with Porsha, and the whole family knows there is. Did y'all see when she went out of control, fighting, grabbing everything, the way everybody moved to appease her? Everybody tried to calm her down. Again, like Ray Sandy said, Porsha presents young. She's so good at playing a dingbat and, what'd you say? You know, twerking and letting them titties out, that people act like she's a young, dumb 20-year-old. No, she's a 40-year-old who is poorly calculating, very manipulative. And you know what? Again, I kept thinking that Simon was the one gaming Porsha. You know what I do realize also? By Simon telling her aunt, you need to respect Porsha. Porsha is gaming Simon too. These are two horrible people that both still have their representatives out, and both of them still believe their representatives. Literally. Yeah, Simon's getting over on Porsha, but Portia's getting over on Simon because Simon is believing a lot of that bullshit that Porsha is saying. Simon is believing a lot of that bullshit that Portia's saying. Portia's going to get Simon caught up. Portia's going to have Simon out there looking stupid. But what am I saying? He just posted on his 60-year-old back a tattoo and a corny tattoo that said Porsha. Why she got her goddamn terracotta colored ring, her peach. Do they make peach diamonds? They must, because Porsha got one. All right, let's get into this review. I just had to get that out. That had me so hot. It had me so heated, and it had me disgusted. You guys, there's not many things in life that disgust me. There's not. I could be sitting next to an axe murderer, and I'd be like, so what'd they do? Oh, really? I know, but was it murder or was it murder? Right? I can talk to anybody, and I can see someone's true intentions too. I know people that have done horrible things, but I see their heart, right? And I'm like, all right, you need to fix that, but we're going to let you slide. But the one thing I have no patience for, the one thing that disgusts me are weak people who are so lost and small that you look at someone that got a little bit of fame and a little bit of celebrity, and you'll do whatever it takes to even feel like you're slightly their friend. Just pathetic. You'll do whatever it takes to even slightly feel like you in with the cool kids. That you'll sit there and see horrible behavior and forget about holding them accountable. Because sometimes, right, my friends can be doing something. I'll be like, loo. Oh, did they? They robbed a bank? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, did they too? Ooh, and the guard got hurt? Ooh, shit. I'll keep my mouth shut because I know that what you did was out of line, but I love you, so I don't want to go in on you. So the best thing I can do is just be like, damn, people crazy. What else they do? For real? Oh, golly. Right? Damn, they sent 26 cops up there. You keep your mouth shut. Why? Because I can't defend your actions. But the fact that people will come and defend, and they'll do poor pretzel gymnastics to try to get talking points. I feel like maybe if I wanted to, I could use my powers for evil. Because I feel like going to some people and be like, no, dummy, that's not even a good talking point. Say this, say this, say this. But you know what? I'm not saving people. Let's get into this, right? Listen. And don't forget also, that aunt is the voice of the Hosea family, right? She's the one on the radio pushing the foundation. Do you know what type of sacrifice it really takes to sacrifice your life to the movement? Or not even that. How about just sacrifice your life to helping others? Running an organization that feeds the hungry, helps the homeless, helps men families. I don't think most people recognize the sacrifice it takes, but the people that do, that's why you give those people respect, because it's something necessary and something that has to happen. Listen, I'll say right now, I'm on YouTube talking shit all day, right? So anybody that wants to sacrifice their life to helping people, I will support with my money, I'll support with my time, and I'll support my platform. I give credit where credit's due. But then again, I respect people that deserve real respect, not some people that literally their only claim to fame was getting on a goddamn reality TV show and getting in a billion different fights. And that you can take a real mean picture. But spoiler alert, she can't even do that because all her pictures and her man's pictures are Facetune. So again, what is the truth? You can't, literally everything is a fantasy. But whatever, right? Now don't forget this aunt as we go into the episode. She's on the radio pushing the foundation every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, right? And it's still the top of the Southeast and is still the top charity in the Southeast South actually helping homeless people. And he treated her like that. Mr. Let me tell you something. Simon said he a philanthropist. We didn't see him do no philanthropy at all. Simon said he's a businessman. We don't know any business. Simon says what? He invested a couple of dollars in American Cut. Don't believe that hype. He's not an owner. He's not even a principal investor. He's not even a major investor. He don't even like. But again, what am I saying? Because all people want to see is somebody post a car and they're like, yeah. Somebody posts up in a pretty dress with their ass out. Yes. Like, man, and don't get me wrong. I enjoy all those activities too. But I can tell what's real and what's not. I can tell when it's just like, oh, is it time to be serious? Oh, we talking about serious things? Oh, okay. But I guess people don't have the range. I don't know. Right. So listen, the fact that he was talking to her like that, that means that telling him they need to respect Porsha more, right? The fact that you talking to her like that shows you don't know who she is. You don't know who she is. You don't know who she is. This means Porsha only gave him details of the cousins and the people she doesn't like. He doesn't know the history of civil rights. He didn't know he was talking to an icon. He didn't know he should have watched his goddamn mouth before somebody knocked those damn veneers out of it. Metaphorically speaking, because we're not into violence. But the feeling was there. The feeling. If the Lord had come and lifted a brick off the air in a tornado and had knocked his veneers out, I would not have been mad. I would have just said, yes, all praise is true. Our Lord is an awesome Lord. Literally. I wouldn't have said anything. I'd have been like, yes, that's Jesus. Yes. Hello? Hold on. When he said that, I felt like saying, I've had enough. Hello? Jesus? Put your daddy on the phone. I'd had enough. So anyway, right? But just to get into this, hold on. Let me get to my notes because I took notes on my phone and in my handy dandy notebook because y'all know I love it. Did I forget my passcode? Okay. Now, I will say this. The only thing that could excuse Porsha's violence and Porsha's behavior, and I'm being serious, two things. One, there is something wrong with you. You have a mental issue. There's something broken, and not in a funny way. In a way, forget about this therapy on BetterHelp and Talkspace. Get your ass over to the county psych and get evaluated and get on some meds to control what's going on. Or two, with the way Porsha's rage pops up, I don't know with Porsha, but I have seen it with people that I have a problem with pills and have problem popping. Now, I'm not saying either of those situations apply to Porsha. I am saying that is the only thing that could excuse such crazy, maniacal, demon-born, hell-sent. And that's another thing. You can tell Porsha's family babies her because let Porsha try that shit in another situation. See, Porsha's problem is I don't think she's met anyone that can match her craziness physically, because I do feel like while she was younger, she probably got her ass handed to her, right? She talked about it in her book. While she was younger, she got her ass handed to her, right? But I will say, as we get older, it's easier and easier and easier, right? To keep winning fights the way Porsha does, because we're all adults. We don't fight. After a certain age, I don't care what you say. Somebody's like, you looking at them like, sir. It's like, ooh. Literally, you looking at them like they are literally dead. Like, what? How you even got the commotion or the energy? Listen, let me do this, right? Oh, Princess died. Thank you. Benita F. Foss, thank you for joining the Tattle Tells. Princess Di, you said rocking with the Tattle Tells for 2 months. I love it here. That's right. Go. Listen, who else do I got to thank? Hold on really quick. Princess Di, hold on. Let me get your super chat. Where's your super chat, mama? Oh, let's see what Black Star said. Brooklyn Star said, I'm like Black Star. Brooklyn Star 79 said, by law, Dennis doesn't owe child support while they were together or living in the home together. He probably owes her a couple of months since moving. And that's that. But the squad is kept in Florida. In Atlanta, they look at both parents' income. So we'll even see exactly if he owes her anything. It'll be a couple months after they moved. And honestly, if there's no child support in place, you can't technically say somebody ain't paying child support. And you ain't never said that Dennis fronted on you with money with Pilar. Because let me tell you something. That's the thing about Porsha. Porsha loves to play with words and then let everybody else figure it out. You cannot say, and she did not, the dentist ever fronted with her on the money for taking care, raising, feeding, clothing, anything Pilar. All she said was some slick shit about he don't even pay child support. That's because ain't no order in there. That's because he ain't no order. Benita Foss, again, welcome to the Tattle Tells. And then let's get in here with, hold on. We're about to get into this review. I swear, guys. I swear, we doing this review. Hold on. Oh, Princess Di said, Tisa's had enough of the BS. The New Yorkers coming for blood. Go Tisa. I'm sick of these people. Valencia said, it's because of people like Aunt Liz marching that made it possible for people like Simon and other brown immigrants to come to this country. Let me tell you something. They didn't even let people from Africa in here for immigration until, well, they did, but I'm talking about those mass immigration where you could get visas and stuff till 1962. I believe it was sometime in the 60s, right? Because of our civil rights. And people know that. This isn't saying anything to Africans or any other foreigners. Don't get me twisted, right? Don't get me twisted. We love the motherland. We love don't get me twisted. We're talking about Simon literally standing next to one of our greats, one of our leaders, one of the people that sacrificed for me, him, and her. And talking to them, talking about, can you get my shoes? I think you need to show some more respect. Yo, you ever wish you could possess somebody's body for 10 seconds? Like, right? Just like switch like Freaky Friday and possess somebody's body and curse somebody to hell out. Aunt Liz, please stand over there. Let me have a word with this gentleman. I wish I could have taken over her body. Or I wish, but she's too classy for that. She's too classy. She's seen things. She knows what life is about. But the fact that Porsha didn't even feel like she needed to apologize for trying to get a black man locked up overseas because you tried to attack his mom, because you attacked his mom, because you were mad she called you out and said that you were a liar and cheater, which you are, and everybody knows it. That's the crazy thing. Everybody in Atlanta knows it. Porsha is not silent about the things she does. She's very bold. Everybody in Atlanta knows it. So why are you so mad? Why are you going after his mom? Why didn't you go after Dennis? And then you're trying to get Dennis locked up and his mom? Girl. Valencia said, it's because, okay, yeah. I already said that stuff. I'm like in my bag, going off on my thing. Kara Coleman said, totally agree about something deep and dark going on with Porsha. The level of rage that jumped out of her looked all the way off and legit disturbed me. I agree too, but let me tell y'all something. Porsha is a calculating person. When Miss Gina sat across from her and said, but you cheated on Dennis, Porsha decided right then and there she was going to punch Miss Gina in her face if she ever, literally, I saw her. She was plotting. And the whole time she was pushing. Who goes and starts screaming bloody murder in a restaurant and blocks an exit and screams, go, 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 like a banshee, like literally like a mythological demon, a banshee. And then when they left peacefully, you still tried to lay hands? Girl, talking about you triggered and you blocked out. Porsha, shut the fuck up. You've been blacking out since we met you. You have a mental issue. You need to go see the doctor. Ain't that much blacking out in the world. Let me get into Cookie Monster. Cookie 171 says, when Simon kicks Porsha butt out of that temporary house, he's going to end up selling. He'll always remove the tattoo put on his back. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not even convinced that's an actual permanent tattoo. Why? Because if you guys are in the New York area, you will know, I think it's called thermal tattoos. If you guys haven't seen them, go ahead and Google them. You put them on like regular tattoos. They look like regular tattoos. Right now with the thermal tattoos, they only have, you can only get black ink, but they're developing colors. You get it tattooed in your arm, same as you do a regular tattoo. But after about 8 months to 12 months, they start fading. And within 14 months, it completely goes away like you never had a tattoo. Simon, and again, Google thermal tattoos, right? They're all the rage in New York. All the kids are getting them. They are year-long tattoos that you can tattoo in, right? You guys, really quick, there's 1,794 people in this chat. Can you please like the chat? This is so important for me to get the algorithm going, the rhythm. You guys, I know I'm hot and heated, but I am doing this full time, and I would really appreciate your support. Even if you don't want to subscribe, you ain't getting to heaven, but just give me a hit on that like button, please. Because every time I look in here, and it'd be like 2,000 people in here, and I go to see how many likes I always got 57 likes. I'm just saying. I always got 57 likes. Okay, so anyway, listen. Hold on really quick. Hold on. Hold on. Can y'all see me? Okay, there we go. There we go. Listen, either that or that tattoo can be removed with laser therapy. But it's like I said about that tattoo. Porsha is so young-minded, and I feel like everybody that truly supports her is young-minded too. What are we in high school? What the hell does getting a tattoo mean? When you in high school, you think getting a tattoo means forever. When you in high school, right? When you in high school, Dennis got 50 billion. Dennis got the 10 commandments written across his back. Ain't with none of those girls. Porsha got Dennis's tattoo on this side, Simon on this side. Ain't with Dennis. Simon been divorced 3 times, got 2 kids the goddamn same age. His 2 youngest kids are the same goddamn age. Been divorced 3 times. He about to be divorced 4 if him and Porsha ever make it down. Mark my words, that shit won't last, right? Or maybe it will, I don't know. Sometimes when a hurricane meets a tornado, right, it lasts. Hold on really quick. Sorry, I'm begging for water or Powerade. Thank you. Okay, sorry. Look at me, treating her like Aunt Liz. Can you hand me my shoes? Put them on my feet. Anyway, let's see. Hold on. Let me get to the rest of these comments and then we go get to the review. I swear. We just had to get that out of here. D bless, love, and peace. You said Porsha needs to show Porsha some respect. Porsha don't know what respect is unless it's her. Porsha always has an excuse, and it's the same thing. I blacked out. I was triggered. They were talking about the most painful time in my life. Porsha ain't never had a man that was hers alone, according to her book. And she ain't never not been cheated on. And she ain't never have her own man. So at this point at 40 years old, baby, this is your life. How could you be triggered? You've never known happier times. You've never had your own man. You always are stealing somebody's man. Country John had a wife or a girlfriend. R. Kelly had a wife. Block had many girlfriends. Who else? Throw somebody else's name out there. Porsha ain't never had a man of her own. You always been cheated on. So at this point, this is your life. So how are you triggered? Where are the happy times? Have you ever been in a healthy relationship where you had your own man? I don't think so. So how are you triggered? I want to know. Welcome, to the Tattle Tells. Welcome. Who else are we saying welcome to? Hold on. Okay, so, and then also, Kara Coleman said, I totally agree about something deep and dark going on with Porsha. Oh yeah, I already read that. Okay. And I read that. Okay. And I read that. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's get into this thing, right? Who the hell asks an elderly woman to go fetch some shoes like she's your damn dog? Simon bumped his head. He had the right one. I'll tell you that. He had the right one. Just disgusting. Oh, okay. So we welcome everyone. Yes. Okay. Yes. Sharice Voyage, thank you for being a member for 4 months. And I agree with you. Porsha has no respect. All right, let's get into this review, y'all. Y'all ready with me? Y'all ready for the review, right? Let's see. Listen, you guys are asking me how I feel. Porsha and Simon will be over each other's karma. Oh, I 100% believe. Listen, let me tell you something. I feel that Fallon and Porsha serve 2 different roles for Simon. With Simon, Fallon was the ultimate trophy wife. Gorgeous face, gorgeous body. No, listen, Fallon's bad, and she knows, right? But for Simon, because that was his ultimate dream woman, right? It literally helped him get into scenes in the Miami area and also in Atlanta area that he wanted to get in so badly. Well, Porsha, he sees a different opportunity to quench his fame. He tried it with Fallon, and then he got a bigger fish with Porsha. When this shit implodes, this shit's going to be epic. And you know what Porsha's going to be doing? She is going to be sitting there crying, right? That's what she's going to be doing. Is Porsha enabling Lauren? I mean, is Lauren enabling Porsha? Most likely, but that's her sister, right? Well, that's her sister. What's she supposed to do? Throw her under the table? Porsha can't be controlled. But if you see, Lauren's distancing herself from Porsha. Lauren ain't even co-signing that mess, right? Not. Listen, real talk, it seems like Porsha only has about 2 people left around her that she thinks she can control. Her mom and Lauren. That's from what I see, right? The rest of the family doesn't even count because the rest of the family don't talk to Porsha and Porsha don't really talk to them, right? Listen, Porsha's personal pacifier, yes, prosperity, and it is sad, right? Listen, ask yourselves this. Why didn't Porsha do charity the past 6 months with Hosea? I'm being serious. Let me know in the comments. And for all these people coming out, bringing people on, defending Porsha, looking the fuck stupid, that's all I want to know. That's what I want to know. Why didn't Porsha do charity in the last 6 months? Why? Right? Simon kept going. Probably because he was trying to take over, but he don't know anything, so he can't do it. Porsha hasn't been seen with the foundation since the filming of the show. She even missed the Atlanta scene they did because when PJ got her tonsils out. But Dennis was there with PJ. So Porsha could have filmed that scene and really gone to support. She could have, right? Porsha has had that fake henna for the past 2 years, right? That fake henna you guys are talking about, oh, Porsha, that's fake and it's been there for 2 years, right? Listen. Cordell was the only man in his life besides Simon that actually left their fiance or wife, and Simon ain't marrying her yet. So, and her deed, let me tell you something, her name is not on that deed. You know that, and it's not on the mortgage. And for all the title people saying, oh, I do titles and he could transfer, that shit happened 2 months ago. Her name ain't on that deed. And let me tell y'all something, if anybody ever tries to hit you with this okey doke, let me tell you something, right? Because everybody loves to speak in riddles. There is something called, in order for it to be a warranty deal, a warranty deed is saying it is unencumbered, it has no liens, it is freely alienable. Something being freely alienable means that you can sell it when you want with no obstacles. So here's the thing. I can say, oh my God, this is my house and I'm going to write you on the deed. But first of all, most mortgage companies have a clause saying that you cannot add anybody on the deed or give them any type of ownership without their permission because the bank has a right to that property even before you do. The only thing is the bank's rights click in if you don't pay them. This is the way mortgages are signed. And it makes me so mad that there's so many title agents sitting there knowing what the hell we talking about, but you just want to play like devil's advocate. If something is not, hey, Kara, welcome to the Tattle Tells. If something is not freely alienable, that means that if I want to, I can sell it to you for $1. I can sell it to $5. If Porsha took that house and there's some deed going on that wasn't registered, it's been 2 months, that shit should be registered. And if it's not, it's all public record. It'll be registered in the next month, right? But if Porsha tried to sell that house because Simon put it on the deed, the mortgage company would literally drag her ass into court and be like, no, ma'am. Because even though there's a deed that Simon put you on, that you guys have your own agreement, you don't have all the rights of an owner. I don't care if it says, yeah, you have a right to Simon's interest, but Simon don't even have any interest until the bank is satisfied. And they know that. But who cares? Let's move on, right? Okay, so, right? Where were we at? Oh, yeah, Dragon. Storm's a goddamn liar. What you mean you got dirt in your lace front? That you got beat up? The only thing those bruises came from, in my opinion, from seeing that, Porsha. And if your lip got busted open, how about it's because your cousin was throwing pigs and swinging like she was Iron Mike? The only thing about Porsha is everybody coddles her. You can tell Porsha lived a very, very sheltered life. Because honestly, I now believe all the rumors that Porsha stays in the goddamn house. Because goddamn it, I want to see Porsha come up to to Lenox on 125th. I want to see Porsha go up to 161st Street and try that Iron Mike stuff and see what those girls don't do to her. And I'm being dead ass serious. You can tell Portia's been in a very sheltered life, and she's the fighter out of her crew. I want to see her literally come up to the Bronx, to the boogie down Bronx. I want to see her go up to 125th and Lenox. I want to see her literally go down into Bed-Stuy and try that shit, swinging like she Iron Mike, and see what happens. But that's how you know Porsha, she has a very sheltered life. The fact that she does that dumb shit and doesn't leave without her face or her lip being bust open. Now, listen, I don't condone violence. I'm not hoping anybody does anything to her. I'm saying that she always knows where to start with. She always got the right one. What did she do? She tried to hit Cynthia at work. She dragged Kenya by her hair at work. She tried to fight Dennis while there's a million people, right? Porsha knows who to start with. She's poorly calculating, but she's calculated, right? No, listen, Porsha got a lot of rage. Why? Did y'all see when Simon was trying to hold her back and Porsha was on her knees like an animal and Simon couldn't hold her? Simon's little, Simon laying on the thing. Simon's shaped like a panda. He got a big mid-season and like little legs, right? And Simon's little legs was about to fly over that couch. I said, well, goddamn, never mind. Okay, so listen. Porsha's talking about what about when they flashed to Dom and Dennis arguing back and forth at the table, and Simon had that. Porsha and Simon are so well suited for each other because they are both they are agents of darkness. They are agents of chaos. Did you see when Dom and Dennis were arguing back and forth because Porsha put a battery in Dom's back? Every time Porsha says, Dom, jump, Dom's like, hey, what's this going on? Dom jumps. Listen, I don't believe a word Dom says anymore. The fact that he literally got up and tried to give a statement on this mess when we're looking, and Porsha, I don't know what's going on. Why does everybody keep believing their eyes? I'm telling you what's happening. That's Porsha, right? But when Dom and Dennis were arguing over the table, did you see that smirk of pure joy that Simon was getting? Because he thought that Dennis and Dom were the ones humiliating themselves, and he was delighting in Dom putting Dennis in his place because Simon's bitch made, and Simon can't put no man in his place. Simon couldn't even do anything when somebody was trying to touch his wife, not his wife, but his fiance at the time, Fallon. Right? Simon's bitch made. We all know this. You can tell. Even the way like a little rat, he's just sitting there watching, literally looking like a demon. People that are like that, they scare me. Just like Porsha scares me, because there's some people that, you know how like when you cry, when I see someone cry, it usually touches me, right? It touches me. I'm like, no, don't be happy, please, please, please. And I just want them to be happy so bad. Simon literally looked like if Dennis had started crying, he would have licked those tears off his cheek like it was warm salted caramel. It's very rare I've seen people openly delight in chaos and other people's pain, but that's why Simon and Porsha are together. They are equally yoked, as it could say, right? Listen. Okay, so now remember, I was watching it and I was like, who told on Porsha that Porsha told everybody not to say anything? It's funny, the whole time her family was filming, she had them out there looking stupid. She had them arguing. She had them yelling. The minute Porsha messed up, you see how she sent a text out to everybody to pull rank, to tell them, shh, don't say nothing, to protect her. I don't ever want to hear anybody say anything about Porsha, right? Literally to protect her. And I remember thinking, who told? And then I saw Dennis the Menace. Because Dennis is also a master manipulator. Remember when Dennis dropped that bomb and told Lottie, Porsha's the one that told me to fire you, and then put his drink down like, boom. How about that? Right? Lottie's still mad about that. And Lottie told the producers, or is it Londi? Londi told the producers that Porsha told everybody, don't say nothing. And everybody was just sitting there rocking back and forth. Because let me tell y'all something. Had Dennis been the wrong one, had Dennis been the one that started some mess, had Dennis been doing any of this shit that Porsha and her flying monkeys, and I'm going to call them now. If you don't know what flying monkeys are, Google it. It's a narcissistic term. They are enablers. If Porsha and her flying monkeys, right, had saw Dennis do anything that they could have pinned on him, they damn sure would have said it. but they couldn't, so they didn't. So what did Porsha do? Tell everybody to be quiet to protect her ass. But you know what the real gag is? Do you know what the real gag is, right? Do you know what the do you know what the real gag is, right? The real gag is she sent that text message out to pull rank. Don't say nothing. Don't this and that. So the people couldn't get a thing. The real gag is that's the same way she sent that text message out the day after Simon got engaged to every person that she was messing with. I'm just saying, right? Don't forget how she tried to ruin Candy's career and blame everyone. She does this on the Henny. Listen, I will never forget the type of low down person that Porsha is, and I will never forget the low down people that support her. Because let me tell you something, Porsha got an excuse. Honestly, Porsha ain't ish. She is dark hearted. I would hate to know somebody like her in my life. Y'all can say this is entertainment all you want. This is the real Porsha. How much power did Porsha have on the Real Housewives of Atlanta? The word now just seen. Let me tell you something. I don't know what is wrong with Porsha, but I do know you are not a good person at all by any measure. But here's the thing. Porsha's trying to get to the bag. Porsha's trying to make a way for herself. Porsha's excuse for doing this is she wants to be up by any means necessary. And usually when people are willing to be up by any means necessary, it don't go anywhere, right? But what's these flying monkeys excuse? What's all these people making excuses for Porsha? Happy to be their favorite fan. Happy to be their super fans. Happy literally that you in these streets defending a horrible person because they got pretty YouTube pictures and work for Bravo. Yo, that's all your soul was worth? That's sad. That's disgusting. That's pathetic. Well, I actually look at the people that support her blindly as the real problem as to her, because she's one person and she can be handled. But all these people putting a battery in her back, I look at them and I was like, y'all the real problem. What's your excuse being flying monkeys? What are your excuse? Now, let's get back into this, right? So Lottie told on Porsha because she's still mad that she got her fired from Dennis. All right, Dennis, I saw that little manipulation tactic. Smooth. Do it. Listen, she is the Wicked Witch of the West. Yes, indeed. So let's go, right? So here's the thing. The producer wants to talk about the hard stuff. Porsha's like, yeah, let's talk about the hard stuff. Nothing happened, Porsha. You were in a bad mood and just said, I feel like fighting. That's all that happened. And you wanted to fight your daughter's grandmother, an old lady. Now, don't get me wrong. Miss Gina looked great for her age. But Miss Gina is not 20. She's not 30. She's not 40. She is what, 60? She looked great for her age. But Miss Gina is like, what, 60 years old? What is Porsha doing fighting a woman who's 60 years old? That ain't trying to fight you. God. Porsha is always provoking herself. Then she blacks out and she's triggered. Porsha ain't never black out in her life. And she did the same shit that she did with Carlos King, crying, oh my God, I ruined, and everybody trying to comfort her, right? Tisa, where's Fallon during this mess? Is she off YouTube permanently or is she letting them have this time? Listen, Fallon got a 6.5 carat rock on her finger. She got a new baby and a handsome husband. Well, he ain't a husband yet, but a handsome fiance. I think they said they were getting married in 2022. Fallon is living her life. But I don't know. I hope she comes back to YouTube soon. That's a good question. Listen, Porsha needs to be dragged everywhere. Listen. Oh, and don't forget also, last time I talked to Fallon and Jalen on that interview, they said they're coming back with something really, really big. So don't worry. They will be back, right? If y'all watch that interview, they said they'd be back. Okay, let's move on. Hold on really quick. Listen, but I guess Fallon, she's taking care of the new baby, but they did say that they're going to be back on YouTube and our TV screens very, very shortly. All right. So rest not. Listen. Let me see. I think if my mind doesn't skip in the interview, what's today's date? The 9th? Maybe this Saturday. I think this Saturday, the 15th. Because I think in the interview, Fallon said something about maternity, like taking off until the 15th of January. So if I remember correctly, it will be, I think, the 15th of January, but it really don't matter, right? Yes. Ooh, who said that? Is House of Glam in the chat? What is going on? What's up, mama? If you didn't see Dom and House of, shout out to Dom and House of Aaron. May their YouTube channels keep growing and thriving. And I wish Dom all the prosperity in his styling. And may House of Aaron's YouTube keep growing and thriving. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Ooh, who else? I think I saw House of Glam. House of Glam also said that Fallon and Jalen are going to be coming back with a splash. I think January 15th. I'll put a thing on, I'll post when they do, but I think it's going to be this Saturday. They're coming back with a splash. I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Fallon will be back January 15th. And Jalen, the whole family, and cute little baby Emma with a splash. All right, so listen, a couple of funny things. Did y'all notice how they came in with the Latina shaman? And then I think after 3 episodes, she was like, I'm out. And they bought in the ATL shaman, energy healing. Somebody had to control Porsha, right? But honestly, has anyone checked on Latina shaman? Seriously, where is she at? Is she getting therapy for that family therapy, right? My notes, Porsha's a psychopath, right? Here's the psychopath start, where I was like, God damn, Porsha lies so easily and so fluid. How could you trust anyone around her? I see why Lauren's boyfriend had a problem with Lauren being around Porsha. He saw the way Porsha lied. He saw the way she moved, and she saw the way Lauren covered up for her. And he started looking at her. Again, if your friend had a dirtbag brother or a dirtbag relative, and they were always covering up for them and helping them, when you start looking at your boyfriend funny or your girlfriend funny, like for real, that's how y'all roll. Listen, did y'all catch this? Porsha told them to stay quiet, right? Texted them, right? And then when she was in the confessional, because she thought she got away with it. She thought she got away with it, right? She said, and I quote, well, actually, I am surprised what happened. But this is what my family does. They just sweep stuff under the rug. They don't want to talk about anything. It was your idea. How maniacal and diabolical and also stupid. Because Porsha got on those producers' last nerves, where you told your family to stay quiet and acted like y'all were putting on a united front. And as soon as you can, you got on the confessional and lied and said that you wanted to talk about it, but your family didn't want to do it. And that's what they do. They just sweep. You threw your family under the bus and tried to make it seem like you wanted to talk about it, but they didn't, while you gave a false narrative. But the producers were on her ass. And then we secretly learned that Porsha told everybody in a text message not to tell. Listen, am I surprised? Yes, but this is what my family does. And I said, it's scary how easily and well and believable Porsha lies. It's scary. It's scary. It's scary. God, hold on. Listen, but Porsha wasn't expecting the producers to do their job. She thought it was going to be Real Housewives of Atlanta where she would have her run. But the thing is, right? That's when things started to turn left for Porsha. Because do you remember when the producer came out pissed and he was like, you could tell he was a young producer and he like was a little nervous talking in front of the group. And he was like, okay, but what's going on? Because we're supposed to be getting this and no one's talking and all this big thing happened. And the producer was actually really worried because this is his job. He has to produce. I remember that look, that smirk that Porsha had when she looked at him and talked to him like he was stupid and was like, are you done filming the scene? No? Okay. Well, I gotta go. And she got up smug and cocky and walked out the scene and knew her family was going to protect her. That's when Porsha messed up. That's when she went. And I bet you anything, that producer said, bitch, you're going to pay for that one. And she did. And she did. Porsha. Treating somebody for like shit and showing your true personality came back to bite you. God damn, if it did not come back to listen. And then Lauren, we were doing so good, building. And then someone came and knocked it all down. That someone's name is Porsha. Because again, if they had anything on Dennis, they would have said it on camera. They would have to protect their queen. I hope Porsha's paying all their bills, all of them. I hope people are getting something for bending over and kissing people at the feet that don't even got real power. God damn, if you go and kiss someone's ass and worship at someone's feet and be someone's lackey, go find goddamn Jeff Bezos. What you doing with Porsha Williams, who don't even got enough money to keep her from having to do something strange for some change on a 6-year-old, 3-time divorce, 2 kids the same age, old man with no muscles in his back? Seriously. This is your king? This is the best of you? This is what you aspire to be? Someone that can't even get gold digging right? Please. Anyway, right? Nothing is ever Porsha's fault, right? Even her Aunt Liz, I see making excuses for Porsha, saying that she followed her friends when Porsha's the one that started it. Saying she made but she did make a good point. Aunt Liz was coming because she's saying, talking about she made the decision to be done with Dennis. So leave it like it is. Why were you even bringing that up at the dinner table? But you bring him up Storm, right? And you blaming Dom, Aunt Liz. But don't you realize that Storm and Dom were both doing Porsha's bidding? That's why when Storm was on Instagram Live drunk, making a goddamn fool of herself, Dom had to come in there and talk her down. While Porsha's jet skiing, talking about living my best life. Literally, y'all following someone that's not even Kaiser Sosa. How, I don't even know. Let me tell y'all something. I'm not going to say I won't follow. Because listen, yeah, I could lead, but guess what? I don't even have the patience for controlling people and monitor. I don't. Do what y'all want. Y'all want to act like kittens going into a bag? I don't care. I'm not going to, but I can aspire. I can motivate. I know what I want out of life. Do I like following people? Hell no. Have I followed people? Absolutely, because they showed me that they are worthy of my respect and admiration through their character, through their morals, through their vision, not just for them, not just for me, but for them, but their vision for themselves. They showed me you are worthy of my respect. You're worthy of my respect. So when you say it's A, right? All right. I'll ease up and see what you're doing because I respect what you're doing. I respect where you're going. Never in my life would I ever follow or support a goddamn idiot. I don't care. It's just not happening. It's not happening. But let's get back into this review. That's why I don't never in my life will you ever see me bowing down to an idiot that got a little bit of fame or an idiot that got a little bit of clout or an idiot that got a little bit of power. Never in your life. And you can what? That's all Mary had a little lamb. You can write that shit down and throw it in my face. And if you ever do see me doing it, call the psych ward and put my ass on a 5150 hold because there's clearly something wrong with me. Somebody done injected something into my bloodstream. If you ever see me worshiping at the feet of anybody's power, for anything, especially a Bravo reality TV star. What y'all think this is? Come on. That's like me coming on YouTube being like, kiss the rings. You'll be like, Tisa, you don't get out of our face. Girl, you do YouTube. And it's cute. And it's amusing. And we love you. But Tisa, go ahead with that mess. Literally. If I come up here and talk about, yeah, y'all need to kiss the ring and this and that. I'm calling y'all, telling you yeah, so when the police come, tell you here. Y'all would be like, if you don't get out of my face, Tisa, I don't care how many pretty pictures you post on Instagram. And go follow my Instagram, TisaTells. It's actually really cute. I don't care what you do. I don't care how many jokes you tell, how much you amuse us. If you don't get out of our face, Tisa, talking about kiss the rings. Who are you? You're human because I'm human just like y'all. I'm no better. I'm no worse. I'm on the same level. I would never bow down to someone. I would never want somebody on their knees for me. Get your ass up. Get up. Seriously. Please get up. What's up, Destiny Sky? Welcome to the Tattle Tells, mama. Literally, let's form a prayer circle and everybody on their knees worshiping at the feet of power. Let's pray for them. Get up. Get up. Okay, so listen. Where were we, right? Listen. So Porsha threw her family under the bus, right? Told them to be quiet. And then she tried to make it seem like she wanted to talk But that's what the family does. Lying and embarrassing the family, when honestly, you're the only dark cloud in the family. AH says, I can't think of anything that anyone on Real Housewives could have said or done that would make Porsha look worse than the show. I can't either. She would have been better off just going to Real Housewives of Atlanta, because at least she could have had a good edit still, right? Listen. That producer, when Porsha was ignorant to him, that's where she messed up, right? And then Simon coming in with his dumb. Simon wants to be a wise man so much. That's why he literally posted sermons from Yogi Bear and cult leaders and God knows whatever else, right? Got Porsha posting Jordan Peterson, a brown shirt. If you don't know what a brown shirt is, we talk about it on my members live. Porsha is literally posting brown shirts. Jordan Peterson, she was posting, right? If you don't know what a brown shirt is, go Google it, right? And Simon, I'm very happy of what just happened here. Continue. That'd been me. I would have been like, shh. Go on. What you proud of? Right? Because you know me, I love when somebody makes a fool of themselves, and I'll be the first to laugh my ass off. So I'd have been like, what you proud of? Tell us. On camera. Zoom in. Right? Because this was hitting and this and that. I think that's why Simon is so ignorant to Aunt Liz. Because Aunt Liz has the respect that Simon wish he has. She has the knowledge and the wisdom and respect that Simon wish he had. Don't nobody like Simon. Don't nobody even respect him. Everybody thinks, from what I've heard, everybody thinks he's a fraud and a con artist and a joke. And him getting that ugly ass tattoo. Right? Porsha flossed her peach colored diamond ring, right? Yo, why Porsha's ring the same color as her nails? I just want to know. Why the diamonds on Porsha's nails clearer than the diamond that Simon gave her as engagement ring? I want to know. Because somebody asked me, we being petty? Do we being petty? I want to know. Why is the damn rhinestones in Porsha's nail art clearer than her wedding ring? I want to know. Can someone tell me? I want to know. No? Okay, let's move on. But if anybody gets the answer, please let me know. Listen. Okay. Now, the aunt told Porsha the truth. She said, why are you talking about this? Why are you talking about what happened? Yeah, Dennis cheated you, but you happy now. Move the fuck on. But this is another thing with Porsha. Porsha will never move on. Do you know why? Because Porsha is a liar. And she always uses some little bit of pain. And you see how she started crying and everybody started feeling sorry for her. She always uses some little bit of pain as to why she's flipping out. The only thing that doesn't work about shit like that, honestly, the only thing that doesn't work with shit like that is once we get old, we all got pain, baby. We all got pain. We all got shit that cut us to our core. And we literally had to put ourselves back together again. Everybody over a certain age got that pain. And if you don't have it, God bless you. I hope you never feel that type of pain. But we all have that pain that if we tap into us, will give us to our core. But Porsha keeps trying to use that pain as an excuse. What's your excuse, Porsha? Everybody been through it. And the thing is, the older Porsha gets, that's why it's more and more unacceptable. Because when you're in your 20s fighting, everybody hasn't felt that pain. But by the time you get 40, I imagine most people have been through it. You going on 41. Pretty soon you're going to be 45. You know what? Porsha going to be one of those old fools, I'm going to call it, at 50 years old, fighting in the street. I just hope for her case, she never comes in contact with someone that is going to write the check that she's asking for. I really hope not. Right? Because PJ needs her mommy. Now, I do want to say, right, Porsha saying she was triggered by the cheating. Again, why did you attack Dennis's mom? Did his mom cheat on you too? And it made me think, was Porsha ever in pageants? Does Porsha have, because Porsha has that pageant media training, right? And everybody feels sorry for her. She's very good at saying the words and controlling the emotions in the room through her words. But the only thing with Porsha's power that always messes her up, it only works while you're in the moment. When you leave Porsha 2 hours later, you'd be like, wait a second. Porsha was the one doing all this. Porsha was the one fighting. Porsha, wait, why are we mad at Dennis? That's the problem with Porsha, and what really vexed Porsha, because even though you can make people believe in that moment, long term, it's hard for you to get people under your spell. Simon's under her spell right now too. As much as, again, Porsha and Simon have both of their representatives running game on each other, and both of them both believe they're representatives, and both of them are getting game run on each other. And when it implodes, oh Lordy, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Listen, hold on. Listen, don't forget, all the cast members on the Real Housewives of Atlanta always called Porsha an MF lie. Remember, and Candy was like, I hope you knowing you dealing with the freak hoe. Candy. Yo, that was Candy's greatest hits. I didn't even know what a freak hoe was, but I started saying it. Hey, what's up? Call my bestie. Put the freak hoe on the phone. Just because when Candy said it, I was like, all right, Candy, you just put a new word in my lexicon. I don't even know if that's the thing, or she just put the most powerful two words together she could. But damn it, nobody like Kenya called her an actorvis. Porsha's own aunt on national TV called her an actorvis. Said she was wrong when she did the dentist, said she needed to apologize to the activist she's working with, and said that it takes more than just showing up and throwing your fists up to be down with the movement. Because let me tell y'all something. I know for a fact that woman has run into a million people like Porsha and Simon. People that want to come and get the photo op. Oh, it's the Atlanta Times. You got it. You got it. You got it. Power to the people. That's right. Right? And then they disappear because that's all they needed. That's all they needed. That's all they needed. A soundbite. That's all Porsha needed. That's all Porsha needed. And Bravo gave her a goddamn spinoff. And the only thing she ever talked about the movement or ever talked about the struggle was one time for 5 minutes before she changed the subject over to she ain't letting Dennis into her house. Oh, we're going to talk about that too. All I want to say is, listen, one, why Simon keep trying to lead that table? He's jealous. He's jealous. He's jealous of Porsha's aunt. He's jealous that Porsha's aunt is more of a man than he is. He's jealous that Porsha's aunt get more respect. He's jealous that a woman called the shots. And then, but you know why? You know why? Because you can't fake activism. Now, Simon can maybe fake a company that's working. Simon can fake his lifestyle. Simon can fluff and try to be more. But you know what you can't fake? You can't fake philanthropy. You can't fake activism. And that's why Simon ain't even got verified. Because it's all smoke and mirrors. I'm sorry, Eeyore or Eeyore. Because I'm starting to think Simon ain't even his real name. If you guys haven't seen our video on that deed and mortgage and house, right? Eeyore. Why we keep calling Simon Simon? I think Simon's first name is Eeyore or Eeyore, as it will be. It's that Winnie the Pooh looking self, Eeyore. Listen, I literally think Simon's first name is Eeyore, and his last name is Gubanadia. I don't know. Shit was looking funny on the docs, but they are public records, so yes, we got them. Yes, we got them. Now, Dr. J, let me get this whole thing. We're about to continue, but let me get this in. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Dr. J, 1913. What's up, Mama? Thank you for the super chat. Literally said Simon better know that the African community in the ATL loves and respects Miss O and her husband, a female, the COO of the foundation. Simon knows that. That's why he was trying to sit there, take a picture with his panda-built body. Simon literally is built like a Build-A-Bear, and I'm not even joking. Y'all ever been to the Build-A-Bear warehouse? He already buy all his stuff in size medium. Simon is built like a Build-A-Bear. And Porsha trying to make that Build-A-Bear happen with all the Facetune in the world, and it working. Simon and Porsha, I don't even know. Literally, like Marlo said, some of y'all need to stop catfishing people. Because Porsha, let me just shut up. Let me shut up and let love build this house. All right, let's get back. Ooh, here we go. Hey, Miss Lady, thank you so much for the super chat, Mama. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat, Miss Lady. Okay, let's get back into this review, right? And then I want to hear what y'all had to think of this hot mess. Porsha should be ashamed of herself, and anybody that supports Porsha is a goddamn idiot. Period. Point blank. Right? I don't care. I don't care. And you know what? I can't wait for some dummy to come and be like, you had sex with Porsha. The fact, but then I think a lot of Porsha's fans are horrible people like her. But the fact that all you got to do in this modern world is post a pretty picture on Instagram, literally, that's it. That's all you got to do. And show up in some Fendi by Skims and bust it open wearing some Versace boots, and people will admire you. How sad is your life that you can't even admire someone's character because you feel so small and so disrespected that you dream of having all this outward stuff so people can accept you. Woo! Okay, now listen. Porsha started it talking about you're such a liar with your sluts, right? Again, why did all he said when she was telling the story to his mom, right? Porsha was telling the story about the fight to her mom, and she was like, you know what? And then like Dennis gonna try to act like I'm gonna try to lunge or do something to Miss Gina. And Portia's mom being like, baby, why would he think that? I don't know, Porsha. Portia's like, I don't know. People in their eyes, they keep seeing stuff that's actually happening. You're mad because Dennis thought you were going to do something. Why? Because Dennis got eyes and he saw what was actually happening. Dennis saw you with that blanked out look in your eyes going after his mom and knocked your hand away. He stopped you from laying hands on his mom. And for that, not only did you try to take his head off, but you started throwing dishes. You picked up a boom mic. Porsha was acting like a goddamn psychopath. I never seen nothing like that unchecked. Ever. Your man was trying to calm you down. Your cousin was trying to calm you down. The producers were trying to calm you down. And all you cared about was hitting Miss Gina. Not even Dennis. Hitting Miss Gina. Because she called you a cheater and she was going to have to pay. You made up your mind 3 weeks ago before y'all even left ATL to get that woman in her face. And you saw your opportunity and you took it. Sean said his name is Igor with a hump on his back. Talking about some Esmeralda. Porsha doing her best to make herself look like Esmeralda with all that surgery on her face, right? And every Esmeralda needs that hunchback of Notre Dame. Listen, get it how you live it. Get it how you live it. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm getting some tea, maybe. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. How is this? Hold on a second. Okay, I just got some new tea, but I don't understand what's going on in it. Okay. Anyway, let's get back where I'm waiting for clarification, right? Okay. Porsha ain't a good person. You went after an elderly woman for no reason. She didn't say anything to you. That's all we need to know. I don't ever want to hear anybody defend Porsha, but Porsha went after Kenya for no reason. I don't care what nobody says. If you had a scepter and somebody yelling in your face, which you do, but wasn't Porsha blocking the exit and publicly yelling and humiliating Dennis and his mom? To you, your mom, your sluts, and your mom. You knew what you were doing. Go! 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 Like a banshee. Right? You did all that mess. But yet Kenya holding a scepter saying you are a dumb hoe, which you are, literally made you lose your mind. What is a Porsha? Oh, I almost forgot. Rules don't apply to anybody but Porsha. The only rule in Porsha's world is don't make me mad and don't hold me accountable. And as long as you do that, it's going to be cool, right? Porsha's screaming, I found it ironic. I'm not going to let anyone do anything to my family. You were the one that did stuff to your family. Dennis ain't touched Storm. Dennis ain't even touched you. You were the one that did that stuff to your family. But I find it odd, right? You ain't gonna let anybody do anything to your family, but you had a baby with a man that you're all your friends and your family said your cousin said sexually harassed her. Now that I see Storm is a big liar and don't got no problem lying, that's probably why she was drunk on Instagram Live, because she was lying so goddamn much. She had to do something to quench her nerves. That's my opinion, right? But honestly, you talking about you ain't gonna let anybody touch your family or hurt your family, but you literally heard that your little cousin, according to her, was being sexually assaulted. Sexually harassed. Everybody in the family knew it. And what did you do? You went to his job so you can get a piece of that money. Okay. Listen. They ain't gonna let anybody do anything to hurt your family. Left your little cousin hanging on social media. But I see why, because she was doing your bidding, just like Dom was doing your bidding. Interesting. It's cool. Friends, how many of us have them? You only got a handful, but they work. I hope they're getting paid, right? I hope they're being paid. Now, when Porsha went over to talk to her aunt, and her aunt was like, I think you need to apologize to the civil rights people. And Porsha was trying to do it. Why was her aunt looking at her like she was the devil? Her aunt was looking at her like she was the devil. Porsha doing damage control. Nothing ever is Porsha's fault, right? She tried to tell her, can you stop remembering what happened in the past? Again, this is the thing. Activism takes sacrifice and just can't show up. You just can't throw your fist up. She threw some shade at Porsha, but Porsha didn't even catch it because Porsha is so much of a faker. She don't even know how, right? Listen, how are you still 40 years old talking about you blacking out? You're not mad. Just be respectful, right? Dennis even said they're still his family, right? What about when they filmed the scene when all of Dennis's stuff was in Porsha's basement? Now, if you guys are Real Housewives of Atlanta old heads, you would know that when Dennis and Porsha were thinking about moving into with each other, they never really moved in with each other at that time. But Dennis bought over a whole bunch of stuff to put it in Porsha's basement so it looked like the producers, they were going to move in together. Most of that shit in Porsha's basement is Dennis's. Just like Dennis even outlined, I got a grill, I got this, I got a lot of stuff. Most of that shit in there. Porsha is so fucking childish and so immature. She literally knows everything in that basement is Dennis's pretty much. And she went and found a bag. Talking about, oh, he talking about this and that. And all he got, is a bag of socks. Look, it's a bag of socks. How petty are you? How stupid are you? How immature are you? How stupid? But then again, friend Lauren, not sister Lauren, was like keying and laughing with her, right? Everything in that basement is Dennis, and you being petty talking about he only got some socks. And then when Larry, I don't know who Larry is. Is that Miss Diane's friend? Was like, no, he got this and he got that. Oh, does he? Oh, does he? Man, Porsha is so fucking petty and young-minded and childish. I can't wait till that relationship blows up. I just want to see how she handles it. But already now that I've seen Porsha, I know that all she has to do to get people support her is to put a pretty picture on, post something on Instagram, twerk a little bit, and go, and people will forgive her. Again, why? Because people want to be her. People want to emulate her. People have such hollow selves, they make her feel whole, even to worship at her feet, right? Now, right? He told Porsha that he needed to respect. Now, where are we? Didn't skip over anything. I think we got everything. Yeah, Porsha ain't shit. I think we got everything. Porsha ain't shit. Simon ain't shit. Dennis, I hope he gets a spinoff. Let me tell you something. Dennis was right. The next day, after Porsha tried to get him locked up, to go home. Ain't nothing here for me. And Porsha and Dennis knows how dangerous Porsha is. He knows how dangerous Porsha is. He knows how dangerous Porsha is. So what did he do? He got him and his mommy and his work and got the hell out of here because he saw where Porsha was going. And Porsha wouldn't have stopped. She wouldn't have stopped. Hold on. Yo, so the cousin. So Porsha. Ooh, I got some dirt. Hold on. Or maybe this might have to be a video. Oh, did you guys know that Bob Saget died from Full House? Yeah. He was found in a hotel room. OD. Yeah. Sorry to tell you guys that. Sorry, but how sad. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Okay. I'm going to do a video about this. Somebody just sent me some information. I'm going to do a video about it. But y'all, this message, I just can't. Who wrote this? Okay, so Lady T Forrest said, one thing I don't stand for is disrespect. I don't care who you are. You don't disrespect anyone's mother. You don't call someone's mother out of their name. And you definitely don't try to put your hands on anyone's mother. Many have asked me my opinions on the show. So here it is. I'm glad that I declined to do the show after being asked to be on there. I don't agree with a lot that's being prepared. But what I am grateful and thankful for is that the world gets to truly see who Dennis and Mama Gina are. Ones that over the years I have personally gotten to know and love. Ones who have called and checked on me and my family almost every day since my mom passed. So no one can ever say anything about them or disrespect them. In my book, I will not stand for it. You know who this is? This is Porsha's cousin. Her Instagram, I'm going to actually do a video about this and talk about it. I believe it's Lady T First. She is Porsha's cousin. At one time, I'm to understand her and Porsha were actually super, super, super cool, right? Her son is Dennis's godson, right? There's more messages. Hold on. Let's see. Did I take a screenshot? Because Instagram be tripping. Oh, here we go. I did. Okay. She also said this right here, but everybody wasn't raised with the same principles. Who raised you is a question at hand. Respect your elders, right? Then she went on to say, I guess people said the same thing. Oh, you just jealous of Porsha. Yo, I don't know who Porsha's fans have in their life or what they're looking at. Porsha is a very gorgeous girl. Porsha is very funny. Porsha can dance. Porsha has a light about her. There's a million girls that are pretty. There's a million girls that can dress. There's a million girls that take pictures. Have you been on Instagram? Why do Porsha stans act like she is the pinnacle of beauty and perfection that everybody is jealous over? Porsha Williams, girl, stop. Anyway, so the Lady T Ferd, right, said jealous never. What she does ain't never, has never, and will never make me shit. Always had my own. Now run along, right? Then somebody said, again, the people that stand Porsha act like ain't nobody been prettier, richer, better body. To them, Porsha is the ultimate. And I say that's good, but stay in your struggle. Stay in your struggle. It's always going to be somebody richer than you and always going to be somebody better looking. Stay in your struggle. Stay in your struggle, right? Listen, Wendy said that every time Porsha tried to cry, I'm sorry, Kenya said that, or was it Kenya? I forget what it was that said every single time that Porsha tried to cry on Real Housewives of Atlanta, they never saw tears. Courtney and Eddie said, thank you for dropping all the tea before this mess aired. Keep doing you. That's right. If you guys want, sign up for my members only. My lives be lit. I be spilling tea. We talked about this. They knew this months ago. Why everybody was on here, call me a liar, saying my sources were. Why did everything roll out exactly the way I said it would? Exactly the way I said it would play out. Even down to Dennis trying to get formalized visitation because Porsha is out of her mind. Listen, Lady T is Porsha's cousins. They're the ones that did not want to be a part of this mess, probably because Porsha can front on Instagram all she wants with her fake Bravo friends and the people that just want to be down and be on timeline. Nobody is down with a woman that stole somebody else's. So I don't care what you say, man or woman. God didn't send you somebody else. God didn't send you somebody else's husband. Kathy Lee said, bravo, Porsha is a liability. And soon, if you don't hold her accountable for putting her hands on others, you will pay dearly if she hurts someone. Not okay. You know, that's a weird thing. Y'all want to hear something funny? You know why security was on set? You know why security was that deep and thick, ready to move? Because they knew who the fuck they were dealing with. I don't even think they can even have filming without extra security for Porsha's ass. And she didn't disappoint. She did not disappoint. Listen. Porsha's too busy posting Instagram pics about Bob Saget. You'll be missed while the people in your life miss you. You too need you. You too busy posting Shamia's child while your own family needs you. Shamia's daughter is so pretty, so lovely. She really is, right? Listen. I just don't. Most of the people, it seems like in Porsha's life, don't even think she can screw a light bulb in without help, right? But Porsha, right? Listen. Porsha and Eeyore, because again, we got the public records for the house. Why? Because he challenged us. So I said it did. He needs to stop challenging people to do stuff. Simon's real name is Eeyore. So let's call him Eeyore. That's why Porsha got Eeyore. Is it Eeyore or Eeyore? I'm calling him Eeyore. Like Winnie the Pooh. Until y'all correct me. All right? I'm not trying to disrespect his name, but I really don't know how to pronounce it and I need to talk shit. So we're going to have to rock. We're going to have to rock with this, right? Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. Eeyore is his real name. And that makes me think that his name is not Gabodia, it's Gunadia, which means that we need to actually check that name and see who that is. Does he have a business in that name? Is that what is going on? Doubtful. I think this calls for an investigation, but we'll get on that later. But no, Eeyore is his first name. Simon is some native shit. It's a nickname. And this lets you know a lot about Simon. Because what would you, Simon's not a slimy name, but on him it looks slimy, right? On him, it looks slimy. Woo! It looks slimy. Let's get into this. All right, I caught up on all the super chats. Let me drop this call-in link so y'all can call in if you want. Here's the link for call-in. Listen, keep it respectful, right? I'm the only person allowed to curse. But I'm going to cut down on that. And what else? Hey, Nerva, what's going on? I just saw Nerva's comment. She said, it's the demonic force. I believe that. Let me see what else I have. There's a call link if y'all want to call in and share your things. This episode, listen, I'm going to be live tomorrow on Up and Adam's channel at 12:30 p.m. with the Grace Report. Layla, maybe she might join us, but Layla is out on a yacht in Miami doing big things, doing big timing, right? Layla is on a yacht living in a lap of luxury. So she may be on there or she may not be. If she's not, she will be missing. If she is, it's going to be a party. But join us on Up and Adam's channel this week because we're going to do a group recap. And then I'm going to go live tomorrow night because there's so much more I need to tell y'all. Let me bring Betty into this. What's up, Betty? How you doing, mama?
Hey, Tisa. Hey,
Betty.
chat.
How are you doing?
Hey, Tattle Tells. Happy Sunday and all that.
Oh, okay. I can hear you now. So Nerva said it's pronounced Eeyore. Okay, Eeyore. There we go.
Let's just make it Igor and call it a day.
Exactly, Igor.
Tisa, have you ever seen that movie Gone Girl?
Yes, I have. Well, I read the book. I have not seen the movie, to be honest, but I did read the book.
That counts, of course. Okay. That counts. But I'm honestly, Simon and Porsha is reminding me a lot of this movie when two narcissists find each other, and it's kind of like, the lengths that they will go to kind of, hold on to whatever power they feel they have as a result of that relationship.
Yeah,
that's what this whole situation is reminding me of. I'm not gonna lie. It's like we're watching two narcissists come together and the chaos and madness that ensues as a result.
I agree. Again, I don't know who's worse. They're both gaming each other and they're both falling for each other's BS. But guess what? Simon is not gonna escape this either. He's gonna take an L. Mark my words. Like Portia's gonna have them out here looking really, really, really stupid. I mean,
He's trying his best though to remain unscathed. He's trying his best. I couldn't take how he was like rubbing Simon's shoulder. I mean, not Simon. I'm sorry. He was rubbing Dennis's shoulder while all this is going on. I feel like Simon knew this was going to happen, and his plan was like, okay, let me just try my best to not have Dennis attack me and have Dennis like divert his rage or whatever reaction he has from the situation. I just want to make sure that Dennis is not look at me and decide to target me with all this stuff. So it's like he's rubbing his shoulder and he's like, oh, we'll talk later and all this. And I'm just looking at Simon like, man, you don't have no shame. You really don't have no shame.
But that's the thing about Simon. He is thirsty. He is desperate. And I understand a little bit why he would be. Because, like, honestly, let's be real. I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had the cool air conditioning on this whole time and I had the heat on high. Listen, I just turned the air on like, God damn it. Oh, I need to pay attention. Listen. And plus I'm getting over sickness. So, it's like, woo.
Still look beautiful though.
Oh, thank you. Like, yeah. Thank you so much. But I will say this, right? I 100% agree with you. Simon is at the end of, not at the end of his life, right? Because again, he's only 60, right? That ain't nothing, right? But for Simon and the life he wants, he looks at it as the end of his life. Let me just elaborate. Simon wants to be that guy in the club tossing it up while all the girls are throwing it in a circle and they're just like, yeah, you're the best. Like he has very immature thoughts, just like Porsha does. For the life that Simon wants of flossing and this and that and messing with girls and having a new girl in his bed every night and people like this and walking into the club and people being like, oh my God, yay, Simon's in the building. That phase of his life is almost over. Now, Simon's 60. But we all know it don't matter if you got billions. No one is taking a 70-year-old in the club tossing it up seriously. Do you see what I'm saying? So in Simon,
you look like a fool. Like you look like a fool, but
this is why he's so desperate. This is why he's so desperate. Because in his mind, he doesn't want to have a dignified, respectful second half of life, right? He doesn't want to be on some island in Bora Bora chilling, just on his Brad Pitt with him and his bad bitch, right? He don't want that. He does not want that. He wants a very juvenile fantasy of what his life should be, of what he works for. So if he does not get this now, this fame, this popularity that he's lusted after his whole life, it's over. He doesn't want to be 70 in the club because he probably can't even get it up. You can't enjoy the fruits of your labor. That's why Simon's so desperate. That's why he's working overtime. That's why he's doing anything he got to do to be in front of that camera, because he looks at it as the last chance at his dream, and it is.
Because you can't tell, ain't that the husband in Gone Girl? To me, that's exactly the husband from Gone Girl. That's the husband from Gone Girl.
Go on.
No, I was just thinking that Simon felt those walls closing in around him and realized that he was about to be out of money, and he saw a quick come up with a dumb Porsha. That's what I think.
Yes.
I think he is doing this all for publicity, for money, for all that, because he just sits there and he does exactly what we do. He watches and he spectates. He doesn't involve himself in anything. Like, yeah, he may like have like little conversations with like Dennis about like having a moving company and whatnot, but like he just sits there and he watches Porsha's life basically unravel before his eyes and doesn't try to offer anything for this girl that he's supposed to be marrying. So I felt like he knew that money was getting ready to go somewhere, and he needed another form of revenue. That's what I personally think. She is a come up for him, just like she is for the rest of her family.
But I think the same thing.
He's not promoting his businesses. I agree with you, but I do feel like Simon is not as smart as he may seem, because it's like at this point it's unclear as to where he's going to get his money from. How is he using this to his advantage, other than him make himself available for other girls like Porsha to come in and think
because
that
he's
they
trying
can,
to use Porsha to solidify himself. I think he thinks Porsha is still a respectable age for him to be partying around, but he looks at Porsha and sees that she's already at a place in his mind when she solidifies, she's quote unquote an Atlantic socialite, and also her connection with her grandfather's family. And the way he talks to Liz, like he's about this life. From what I saw, Fallon always talked about what she did in philanthropy. But I don't remember her ever saying what they did together. And it also seems like Fallon's obviously still working on that, which is great. But he wants someone who's already there. Even though we all know Porsha was an activist. In his mind, Portia's already there. So I can use her. She's still a little bit younger than me, whatever. And now I can look top dog in Atlanta, helping her with her Hosea the Williams, even though not knowing Portia's barely doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
I think his plan is he's gonna go towards like that life coach. He's gonna try to do that thing, like be like one of those guys that make inspirational posts and sell people boss brunches. I think that's where he's going with this.
Maybe write a book or something.
Yeah, because I don't see anything else. Like he doesn't promote any of his businesses, any of his alleged businesses. What really are you getting from this?
I think he's using Porsha as like a footstool to step into this like reality TV sort of thing, like to step into him starting his old life as an influencer.
He doesn't have a face for reality.
A 70-year-old influencer. No. Okay.
Listen, no, because I was watching somebody else's podcast earlier, and they were saying like as long as there are misogynistic trash men in this world, there will be an audience for people that want that sort of platform. So it's funny to us, but there might be a audience out there for someone like Simon.
Because there's an audience.
It's not even his face. Stop.
No, you think
it's not even Simon's face though. Have y'all heard this man talk? Listen, Jordan Peterson is a brown shirt. And when I first found out, for you guys that don't know, I'm trying to hack the algorithm. Brown shirts are neo nachos, right? So they're the same people. ADT Next made this good analogy where in World War II, we fought against them. They're now coming back at a self-help angle where when you first listen to them, you're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. But if you listen more than 30 seconds, you're like, wait a second. What are they talking about? Porsha is posting Jordan Peterson. Simon, and I think this is Simon influence. Simon is not very quick-witted. He's not charismatic. Listen, I know people that could be cult leaders if they wanted to. I do know these people. Simon is not on that list. So y'all can keep saying you think Simon could do this and that. Have you heard this man talk?
No, it's not what I think he could do. It's what I think he wants to do.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Well, what he should want to do is what Dennis did. I remember I was watching you guys earlier when you were doing your weekly collab, and we were talking about Dennis looking at Porsha as a celebrity, which yes, can be true. But if my partner looks like me celebrity, I still would rather them help build themselves up. At least Dennis trying to make sure he builds his business. Simon is on here and he is literally doing nothing. Literally doing. He's not even arm candy. So I'm like, then what is your purpose here? You're not even here to help build your business up, which eventually will help our family if we're quote unquote in a real relationship. You're not even really handsome and your voice does nothing for me. So what are you here for?
True.
It's so sad to look at her and be like, what do you see this? Clearly Dennis, we can see he has an investment portfolio. Even if he's on TV, he's subtly hustling his businesses and all that kind of stuff. And generally, if you have a proper relationship, all that money comes back to you. But for Simon, since he is doing nothing, I'm like, what are you really getting out of this?
Okay, I 100% agree with you. So listen, just wanted to take care of a little housekeeping. First of all, TG says, Simon wants to be Dennis. Have you paid attention to how he looks at Dennis? He's actually studying Dennis. Yes, like a true narcissist. The way he looks at Dennis, honestly, it's like you want to lick his skin off like warm caramel. It's just, I don't know. It's a lot. Like, honestly, if I was sitting at the table, I'd be like, can you, is he still looking? Oh my God.
I feel like Dennis's skin probably tastes like beef jerky.
It might. Also,
hot dog water.
Yes. I also want to say thank you so much for the super chat, Kelvin Burgos. Last but not least, Jeji, I see you here. We're gonna let some people talk a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna take some people down and let Judgy come up because I can only have 10 people on at a time. So, but listen, really quick, Lulu, of course, make it make sense. P. Willie and what is this in the dentist? P. Willie and the dentist? I don't know. And Trey, what's up, Trey? From last night, and of course, Gloria. Why don't you guys weigh on this conversation?
Okay, so hi, Tisa. This is my first time.
Hi, welcome, Mama.
So I was really gonna touch on pretty much, I guess, one thing, but I wanted to mention something before I touched on that. Did you guys see how she reacted with the crying? Didn't that give you a flashback to like 8 years ago when she and Kenya had whatever, and then she started crying? Oh, I can't believe that it made me do this. But anyway, my main
don't forget, and when Cynthia kicked her in the coochie.
Oh,
yeah.
She does that same thing every time. She always
Like,
starts crying.
off.
You started this, so what are you know? But anyway, my main thing for calling really is the black, like her sitting down with Aunt Liz about the Black Lives Matter. I really found that very, what's the word? Because the whole series was supposed to be based on that, right? But then all this happened. But it was so telling to me when Aunt Liz was, you know, pretty much co-signing what Kenya said, that just because you're marching and holding a fist up there doesn't mean you're an activist. And also when she asked her, this is how shallow, by the way, make it make sense. I watched your show. But this is how shallow she is when she asked her about the backlash. And she was like, well, I don't think I need to do any backlash because I have a following. And that's my country. And I'm like, so you having however many Instagram followers makes you behave whatever, and then that should exempt you? Like, to me, it just shows that she's really, the whole activism thing was not that important, and that breaks my heart, because a lot of all these people really are dying, and there's people out here who are really, really putting in the work, doing the work, and she's out here just trying to think that, oh, she could just say Black Lives Matter and then she can't hold herself, you know, or just carry herself a certain way. And that's just all I want to say about.
Listen, I 100% agree to you guys. We also need to talk about, honestly, one, let's give some props to Mama Gina, right? We always talk about men and whether they should be raised right and blah, 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 blah. Listen, Porsha met Dennis, got pregnant with him 3 weeks later, gave the whole family the biggest blessing they could in the fact of that beautiful little girl. But I will say the way Dennis even handled Porsha, handled the situation, and still had love for Storm. I said, Mama Gina did a good job with her son, and we need to give her props. She did a good job of raising them. Don't put your hands on a woman, you know, even when things got like out of control. And you know how it is when like the demons start touching everybody, right? In those fights, they just go out of control. She did such a good job on Dennis that he was still able to sit down with Porsha and talk to her like a man, be responsible, still show up for his daughter. He never dropped that ball. And now that I see what I see of Porsha, she was waiting for it. And how crazy is it that you would look at somebody as 20, how old is Mama Gina? 20 years older than Porsha, trying to put their hands on you. But Mama Gina, I see how she raised Dennis. She handled that like a pro.
And did not even try to call her, and you know, when got back and apologize. Like, she just
no apology, nothing.
Like, at least try to, you could be like, you know what, I was drunk, Mama, or whatever. You and I have our
something,
but I apologize. But just like,
can I say something?
Yeah. But anyway, Tisa, so you can, sorry guys, so she could put somebody else on.
Oh, thank you so much, Lulu, and thank you for calling in. I appreciate you, Mama.
Tisa, can we talk about Storm for a second?
Let's talk about Storm. Hold on.
You were so nice.
I'm looking at this video right
before
now.
You guys change the conversation.
Hi, Tisa.
Hey, what's going on?
Nothing much. It's Gloria.
I was trying
Gloria, how are you? Hey, Jesse, welcome to the chat.
Hey, everyone. Happy
I just wanted to
whatever day it is, because I can't remember now. Sunday.
Tisa?
Yes,
I just wanted to
tell you, like, you know, in the episode when Porsha changed her hair, Did you see how she changed her personality after that? It's like a whole new person.
Ooh.
I was like, what the
Like
heck?
the girl from Gone Girl. I'm telling you, this is the movie Gone Girl. I
When
don't care what
when
nobody says.
she changed her hair, it's like she became a whole other person. Like she forgot what happened. Like new Porsha.
Yes.
It's like she
Yes.
snapped into another personality, you know?
But neither one
course.
has morals.
Neither one, but one's a good girl. Hey, Samara, Mama, I see you backstage. Don't hang up. We have 10 people right now. We're going to let a few other people speak. And when they drop off, you come back up. All right. The lovely, gorgeous Samara is in the chat. She is such a beauty. Wait till you guys see her face. She is such a beauty. But go on. Samara.
Now, talking about Storm, can we please talk about the fact that Storm is a freaking liar? How are we watching this? And I'm looking at it now. I just took a still of it. How is she in the corner with a producer covering her, but Dennis whipped her ass? How is that possible when you are guarded? This man is not even a bodyguard, but he threw himself in front of you, and you still lying, talking about this man did this to you. Like what?
I did a whole live where I was like, we need to show her grace. Maybe she's a confused little girl. And then I see this.
So
shit.
nice.
Like,
Exactly. Well, I was in there last night when you was talking about that, but this is ridiculous. You are a freaking liar, just like your cousin. And your cousin sat out here and threw you under the bus, let you put all them allegations on that man, and hasn't said anything in your defense yet. Then we see this episode tonight, and we actually know you're a liar. We already thought you were lying. Now we know you're lying, and she still ain't came out and said nothing for you. Porsha is a liar. Like I said last week and week before last, she was going to try to fight that lady and then try to play victim. Oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Why did she make me go that far? Every time it's always somebody else's problem. It's never Porsha. Porsha doesn't do anything. Everything happens to Porsha. You're a liar, girl, and you're making yourself look stupid. And that's why I'm so glad Dennis said he needs to get his parental rights recognized, because you are trifling and you are the type of person that will try to take that baby away from him just because you can, just because he doesn't have a piece of paper. Because if you're willing to lunge at his mother, cuss at his mother, fuss at his mother, you don't have respect for no one. And then you sit in that bed and lie to your own mother. You're a liar, and I don't like it.
That's
It's
what I was
ridiculous.
just gonna say.
okay,
She's
speaking
making
of
herself look
liars,
stupid.
speaking of liars, Porsha just posted this. Porsha, anyone that Porsha said there's a lot that viewers didn't get to see tonight. Girl, we saw the whole fight from beginning to end. And I wish we had more cameras to capture that, which I understand is nobody's fault. Now you're trying to say production's making you look. Porsha can't take accountability to save her life.
At all.
I've learned in the past that physical violence is never okay, especially when a man is causing physical harm to women. Now listen,
your whole family was on top of that man.
She said that is something we are too desensitized to as a society. I spoke to some of my family members that were present and decided at the time it was best not to talk about what cameras didn't get to capture. Liar! Because I was trying to protect Dennis. I was trying to protect Dennis, his business, and therefore our own daughter. Looking back, that was not the right idea. Yo, this woman.
I can't.
That statement wasn't the right idea.
But on the same scene, she walked off and said like she was calling Mexican police.
No, but she's not over. I take accountability for reacting strongly to what I was seeing and hearing. While I was not physical with Miss Gina, because Dennis literally blocked you, right? I regret to arguing with an elder. We're 6 months removed from this incident, and I'm looking forward, not backwards, baby. Look forward.
I bet you are.
Forward and go
forward to therapy.
Going on.
Wait, but nobody.
But even she thinks when you move
Mom.
forward, you forget everything that you've done. Like really, Porsha, like make it make sense. So now that
I'm
you're moving
trying.
forward, you didn't land at Mama Gina. You didn't lie. You didn't do anything. You're so perfect, Porsha.
Exactly. Hold on, Carrie. I'm going to put you behind stage really quick and bring up the lovely Samara because I want to see what Samara has to say. Hold on.
Say it, make it make sense. What you about to say?
Hey, what's up,
What's up?
gorgeous? How are you, Mama? You are looking
She's
so
pretty.
beautiful, Samara.
Hi,
Samara's
everyone.
gorgeous. Hey, Samara, what's going on, Mama?
I'm good. I usually don't even watch this show,
But I started watching over the weekend because I was kind of bored and I was hearing a lot of like stuff in regards to the storm abuse and stuff like that she was alleging. I'm just so disappointed in Porsha, honest to God. I don't know. She just took a really bad turn. I feel like when she was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, like I think she was very, very likable. And I think she did this show to try to redeem her image after the whole scandal with Simon and stuff like that. And it just backfired. She's looking like a villain, like a complete villain. And I'm just surprised that she's still comfortable to put her hands on people on camera. Like that's just crazy. Because obviously you can tell that she's a violent person and she probably, her family goes through this, you know, behind the scenes, obviously dealing with her anger and stuff like that.
You're such a nice person. You're so nice.
Right.
You don't think that Porsha would put her hands on anybody?
No, but I'm just surprised that after the whole ordeal and the situation with Kenya, and she was trying to pretend like she was a changed person, like she's dumb enough to put her hands on another person on TV. Like she's just, she's not the brightest person, to be honest.
No, I will say this. Now, people did say that Porsha tried to use Storm to change the narrative that night and the next day when we first saw her put her hands on Dennis, right? Yeah. And let them all know that she would handle it. But back then, my sources were saying that she let everybody know back then, don't worry, I got it. Just don't say anything and it'll go away. Because everybody was worried about this is going to make, like, you know, the culture look so bad. It's supposed to be about activism. Now, listen. I will say that Porsha posted that thing now saying that Dennis was putting his hands on people, but no cameras caught it. And the police didn't. And not even that. If they actually saw it, if you got 10 people in the room that's saying, I saw this man put his hands on you, the police would have made an arrest.
Yeah.
Automatically.
The fact is nobody but vouched that Dennis actually put his hands because he didn't. And also, why is Porsha now just posting this after all the next day? Porsha waits to see where the river's going to flow. And then she's like, oh, yeah. And she tries to get into the news cycle. Because last week would have been the time to post what she posted saying, oh, I was trying to protect Dennis and this and that. It's like a new narrative now. Now that you know you look bad as an activist trying to get a black man locked up in Mexico, now all of a sudden you're trying to protect your family. Girl, look, I did have a question, though. What was did you ever, when you were watching, do you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta like that?
Yeah, I kind of do.
Okay. Did you ever have a clue that Porsha's personality was so dark?
No. Yeah. Honestly, that's what I'm saying. She hit it really well. Like she was the most likable person on the Housewives. I feel like at some point, you know, not early on, but at some point she became like the most likable person. And I think the other Housewives, even I think Kenya mentioned it at some point when she was on Speak On It with Candy. Yeah. That's like, oh, she's everyone's fave and stuff like that. Yeah. So Porsha's a liar, honestly. Yes. Everything that is, whatever this show is revealing and her situation with Simon, and I've been watching you two kind of disclose, you know, their relationship timeline. I just feel like she's a liar and she's like a manipulator. She deceives people. She's definitely not what she was trying to portray on the Housewives. That's just my opinion. I think we're seeing the true side of Porsha.
I agree. Now, Kathy Lee says, I told you guys Porsha, Miss Diana, Aunt Charlene are professionals in crying. Stop falling for the BS. Porsha had a baby for Dennis for the money. And also, Darlene Wilkins, thank you so much for the super chat. But I want to ask all of you guys, actually, when was the moment you became disillusioned with Porsha? Because here's the thing. I've always been a fan of Kenya, no doubt. But I also had like a little soft spot for Porsha. Like, Porsha's funny, you know? I don't know. I just never, but then that's not true. That's not true. It started peaking out, but I always gave her the benefit of the doubt. This show, to your point, Samara, lets me know, like, you are just a dark-souled person. This it's not naivety or, no, you're just not a nice person. But you guys, what about with you guys? When was the moment when you started being like, okay, something's not matching? And did you
lying?
I think
since the Candy thing,
lying about somebody trying to rape you. I mean, are you? Or then you sit there and act like you knew nothing about it. Then you can't go to your friends. You make up a whole lie why you can't go to your friend's wedding. Then you freaking don't even give you supposed to be her best friend. You Candy, someone that she had just started dealing with had to throw her a bridal shower, and then you didn't even come to the bridal shower because you felt you let your feelings for Candy override your feelings for your supposed best friend. This is not a best friend that you just got yesterday. This is a best friend from childhood. You are an evil person. Anybody that's not happy for their friend when they're doing good, you know they're evil. There's something who does that?
No,
Shamir did nothing to that lady. She chose Phaedra over her friend. And then she lied on her friend and said her and Candy, when Phaedra said that her and Candy might have been messing with each other, she didn't say, oh, don't say that about her. That's my friend. That's not true. But when Candy said what she said about Phaedra, yeah, that. And when Candy said something about Phaedra, she had Phaedra hold back. When Shamir said something about Phaedra, she went in on Shamir. When they did that Yoni thing, when they had the eggs up in them and all that, and they were talking, and Shamir went and started talking about Phaedra stealing people's husbands. And she said, don't talk about her like that. But then when Phaedra said what she said nothing to Phaedra because Shamir had nothing to offer her. And she felt like Phaedra had a spot to keep her in on that TV show. Porsha is all about her. And it has always been about her since RAOH days. Just like she did that on purpose when she called Miss America.
When Porsha was in that limo acting like she was going to go to hell if she walked in the club with the rest of those girls. I would never forget that because I was thinking to myself, like, damn, what is she doing on a reality show? If, she was really acting like this was like a life and death situation. Like, like my husband is going to beat me, girls, if I go into this club. And the very next season, Porsha is showing up everywhere in a thong with all her everything out. And like Nene said, the great Nene said, girl, when we met Porsha, she was in kitten heels. You know what I mean? And that's when I was done with Porsha because I was like, ain't nobody do no damn. If there's nobody could change like that, just like that in such a short amount of time.
But when you think
don't forget she's the queen of Thoughtlandia.
Well, yeah, like, she was the queen of Thoughtlandia out of nowhere. But before she was gonna go to hell if she walked into the club. That is too different.
Yeah, but Porsha changes her personality every
like she changed her role.
Season. Every season she got a new hustle. Every season she got a new scam. Every season something else is happening. And then the next season you don't hear about it, right? Next season. Again, the only thing I'm actually really wondering is Gloria said she was going to start doing product reviews for stuff. And like, girl, you guys follow Gloria. She's starting a new YouTube channel. It's going to be super, super amazing. But also like, it's just such a mess. So what do y'all think? Do y'all think, first of all, I want to hear from each of you guys. Are you guys gonna watch the wedding special? Y'all know I'm gonna review it because I got some. Listen,
I'll wait for your review.
What wedding special? I'm not getting that far. The moving truck's about to pull up in a little while.
I already feel like I've been watching the season, so I'm just like, you know what? If the wedding comes, I'll just watch it. It's not that I want to, but I'm already invested into it.
Well, here's the thing, Simon. I am making a prediction. Simon is not going to leave her, or she is not going to leave him until he sees what happens with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Now, we know when he was with Fallon, he bought that house. They didn't even live within 9 months. And as soon as she didn't get renewed, he sold it, right? And then he sold it. And I think it finally sold in August or September. And then he bought, August, September. It was under contract in August. It sold either September or November. And as soon as it sold, he got this house. So he used the money from the sale of the last house for a down payment for this, plus like a little pocket money he had. However, I think he's going to keep her around until he sees whether she gets invited back to Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Not that long.
I don't
see it being that long.
Very long
for what Jamie said.
Jamie
said,
make it make sense of trying to talk. Make it make sense trying to talk.
I was done with Porsha right at the moment that she talked about the Underground Railroad because it was like secondhand embarrassment. I had literally never seen anyone on reality TV relate their relationship with their grandpa being Hosea Williams and also not having the understanding, like the real understanding, because Candy and Phaedra really showed her grace in that moment to they didn't laugh at her, to quietly talk to her and pull her to the side. So when you look at that scene and how gracious Candy was to then think 3 years later that she would try to basically ruin her, that was the moment. Additionally, she used to preach about gay people and about how God needed to take that away from them. So when I
They
found
going
out
ahead.
that she was eating coochie, or she was asking which one of the bitches was going to eat her, it was like, wait, so you're condemning your own people? Because at the very least, we know she's bisexual.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, make it make sense. You took one of mine, the Underground Railroad. But I'm gonna say my second one, which was I think still in the first season, that had me raising my eyebrow, was when Cordell divorced her, and all of a sudden she's saying, "I overlooked some things." But if you entered into that marriage and you knew something and you left out of it, you keep your mouth shut. Regardless if people think he is or not, that you use that as a weapon. You use that as a weapon. That's disgusting to me. That after you were okay getting married, you were okay trying to show this life, and but all in all, you're telling me you knew that you weren't it for him. But now, since you are not with him anymore, now you overlook something.
Yeah, she was ready to let those gay rumors fly when it came to Cordell. It was like, not all of a sudden you down with this. You want everybody to know that it was an arrangement. And like, girl, you don't have no honor, no integrity at all whatsoever. That's when I was
after taking that lady from his fiance. He could have stayed with her if she was going to try to ruin him. But she loves things that she can't have. Porsha, I have never heard about her being with nobody that didn't have a girlfriend already. It's like she likes the challenge of feeling like, oh, I can take him from her. Well, then once she gets him, she played with him for a little while, and then she cool. I got all the stuff out of you I could get. Well, and her and Simon is doing the same thing to each other now.
They are. So maybe they are equally yoked. Listen, I want to hear from a few people. P. Willie, Judgy Justice, Trey. Do you guys want to join the chat?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Everybody's talking and I just can't. I'm just not as quick as I used to be. Hop over people right now. 2 more weeks left. 2 more weeks. And then I'm going to be back on it. But basically for me, I think my moment was the moment when Shamia was being talked about badly. And then the next moment for me was the reunion, because then she cried. And I just couldn't understand why you were crying about it. And that's when I was like, wait a minute. Because like that's something like I felt like she shouldn't have been crying about. There should have been a moment when she went to console Candy about it, but not just sitting there crying, trying to like act like I was really fooled and all this other stuff, instead of like consoling the person that you've just said this big rumor about, and acted like you couldn't say who the person was, like they weren't your cast member sitting next to you. Because then that could have been resolved prior to the reunion. So then that means that she, led all this on for all this time just so she could have that moment where she was crying on stage.
She's always the victim.
Always the victim.
So that's when I started side-eyeing her.
That's a good one. So Ashley Rogers, thank you for joining the Tattle Tells, literally said she looked at everything and she said Storm started hitting Dennis. And Lauren, the assistant, was telling Darlene to get your daughter. And Darlene said, F Dennis.
She also scratched him. Don't forget, Darlene was scratching Dennis in the face.
Yep. I was trying to pull off his shirt.
She clawed his face. I saw that. And then she fell.
And that's what she get with them little claw feet of hers.
No, she should have been able to stand up with them claw feet.
She should have been, grip the ground, girl, grip the ground.
Those feet?
Those feet.
Yes, I think that production really did not want to have anything to do with Porsha, especially after that fight, and trying to cover it up by telling her family, because she's pretty much going behind production's back, trying to spin the narrative.
Yes,
I think but that's did you hear what the really bad edit, because it makes no sense if this is their show and you're trying to spin it. You don't want to talk about anything. So I think that's why they have been on her neck with those flashbacks tonight. They were not letting up at all. Every time she lied to her mom, they put that flashback in.
At all.
Dennis used to be my favorite on the show, but I got to give it to Mama Liz. Mama Liz said, I ain't going to hell for Porsha, Lauren, and especially for nobody on her mama's side of the family. I was told not to talk about the fight.
Right. She
Listen,
straight up
no, what we
told,
not
and
gonna
I
do is
agree
act
with
like
her.
nope. We were told not to talk about it. That's why we didn't talk about it. But if we want to talk about it, I got some things to say because Mama Liz wanted to have some things to say. And then when she went to talk to Mama Liz at the thing, she tried. Do you see how she tried to get Mama Aunt Liz to talk about Mama Gina? But Mama Gina skipped over that and was like, "Well, I was looking for Simon to do more than that than what he did." Yeah, we're not gonna talk about Gina, but we are gonna talk about your man that did not move when all this commotion started. He wants to console Dennis, but he's not even
That man was
consoling you.
caressing
Yeah,
Dennis. He was
I
caressing
was
and
so
rubbing his
upset.
shoulder. That
We
shit
gonna
was
talk
so
about
weird.
I
this
was so
later. Because I don't want you to hit me right now. So we're gonna talk about this later. Just go on down the steps. I'm gonna get her, but you just gone. And you couldn't even get her. It took 5 of y'all because she's crazy. She has issues. Nobody blacks out that much on people. She don't even care
And
about her
remember,
image of
she hit
that
someone.
no, but
today.
She was sending plates and everything. She hit a lady in production.
she was hitting people in
She hit
production
people
all
in
over. She hit,
production. This
like
is
the
why
guy
she's
who had
getting
a
a bad
ticket.
edit.
Somebody
She hit
Not
them.
a blackout too, by the way. I don't like when people say blackout. I'm sure she knows what she's doing. Like I hate when people use it as an excuse.
Yes.
Like, oh, I blacked out. No, you
Yes.
didn't black out. You're just an aggressive person.
She did not black
Yeah,
out.
she didn't have to black out because, like, I black out if I have like a bottle of wine, not because
Exactly.
I'm so upset that I'm gonna go on a rampage and attack like 5 people, 6 people in a crowd.
Yeah.
If you can remember, if you can recall all what happened, you did not black out. So
while we're talking about Aunt Liz, now that we know that Aunt Liz is in charge of the charity, it all makes sense. On Porsha's first season, Porsha was in the confessional saying that she was going to be a member of the charity and she was a board member and this was her career path. Now that we know that Aunt Liz is not with the shits, it makes perfect sense as to why Porsha only donated $200,000 and then Aunt Liz did not allow her to mention the charity.
Who said that Porsha donated $200,000?
Cordell did at the first
Oh,
charity
okay.
Cordell did.
Did
Not
you
Porsha,
guys see how she
Cordell.
was looking inside there? It's like she doesn't know anything about
And you
there,
think
but
about
she
like
keeps
she's
talking.
never been there.
Yeah.
It looks like she knows nothing about what goes on in there. But Simon over there was this thing he wrote with crayons on the corner with this sign. Like, what's going on?
That was
And then she's still planning out face because she said, Mom, Aunt Liz was her mentor. Aunt Liz done told us in the first episode she don't know you like that, girl. How was she your mentor?
For this check. I think that Aunt Liz was not going to do this show unless Bravo and or Porsha and Simon wrote a large check or a substantial check to make sure that this new building would be up and running. I can't see Aunt Liz doing this show after Porsha's been on for 10 years and avoiding it if there wasn't something beneficial for her.
Sure. She's smart.
Yeah, she's oh my God, I love Aunt Liz. Aunt Liz is the MVP for me because she is not with it at all. She like, you're not gonna target this side. You can go play with Mama Diane's side, but you're not gonna play with this side. We got a legacy and we gonna keep it going.
Well, what do you guys say about, I think tonight would have been the night for production to show all the flashbacks, even the parts of the past that they never posted. This would have been the night. And the fact that Porsha is now trying to act like things got like this because we didn't see all the cameras, there weren't a lot of cameras around, it's just, I don't know. It's just striking me as more and more and more lies, more and more BS. And people gonna still keep believing it. Like at this point, I literally, you guys, how about this? Let's play a game. Why do you guys think Porsha has so many supporters? And again, for anyone being like, oh, this is hate. No, it's not. It's literally wondering this person is insane. Where is the support?
One word,
she's
colorism.
A narcissist and she can't keep up with her lies.
City girls.
What it is that like she's
it's the city girl effect.
And
Every
she,
day, like, get it how you get it by any means necessary is the new trend, right?
Wait, hold on.
JT dark skin, she would not be able to get away with. She would not be able to get away with none of the stuff she's doing. If Porsha was dark skin,
but I like
her makeup just
I don't really think it's a dark skin, light skin issue. I think it really is.
Me either.
I don't think it's a Tisa, I just wanted to say bye and thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you, Gloria.
Yeah, I don't see the color thing
you guys
either.
follow Gloria. She is starting a YouTube channel. When she launches, I'll be the first to tell you about it, so you guys can follow.
Yay!
Bye, Gloria.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I like Tisa. No, I like the city girls. That's not what I'm saying.
I do too. But Carisha and JT are really funny, nice people. Porsha is jealous Porsha is hating, and Porsha is crazy. Like,
No,
again,
A narcissist.
no,
Don't
it's the
forget
city girl
narcissistic.
effect. I'm saying the difference is they own up to it. They have agency over their own body. They tell you they're gonna get it by any means necessary. Porsha, on the other hand, behaves like them, but she hides her hand. So I think that's where the fan base comes in, because she's twerking, she got the Dr. Curves body. It's what you see,
I'm
right?
not Dr. Curve.
But I don't think that she lives up to it.
I
If I
agree.
can just add,
I think
because
I
that
think
used to
people
be
have
a
fun times reinventing themselves. Because I think it's crazy that people keep saying like, "Oh, Portia's never had work done," which is no problem. Sure, I'm 24. I'm a little something. But it's crazy to me that they're like, "Oh no, her butt's natural. This is natural." Da 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 da. I'm just like, I remember when she came on, and like she nowhere did she look like that. And like Mims and Tisa in their book, she talks about how her body was not like that. And so I think I think maybe the fan base enjoys watching someone kind of not seem to have any direction in life, but somehow ends up falling on their feet all the time, and people giving them a chance to reinvent themselves. No one wants to be accountable for the mistakes and or the missteps in their lives. And Portia does not seem to has never been accountable for that. So I think it's kind of like the life that people want to have, be able to do whatever and say whatever and be able to like change their personality whenever they want to, and people just accept them and gloss over everything.
I
agree with
think I agree with you. I think honestly what it is that for 10 years she's been on her screens and not been held accountable for anything. And we've just been Bravo's never flashed back to anything also from her past and asked her what happened to this story, what happened to that. Are you still the princess of Thoughtlandia? Like they're not holding her to the rug. And so then now that we're at this point now, she's already accumulated all these likes and follows and been this like the great girl on the show. And now that we're at this point, we're realizing all the holes that have occurred all this time. But it's already too late because she's accumulated 5 million followers at this time. And now we're going to go back and take this apart. But it's in a way it's too late for them to. That's why they couldn't back out the show, because they have like 5 million people potentially about to watch it.
I actually think it's not even just that Bravo hasn't held her accountable or no one has held her accountable, but on Real Housewives, when you are like compared to someone like Kenya or someone like Nene, who people just love to villainize and like they love to like scrutinize their actions, it's not really that much room for you to be the villain. It's not that much room for you to be the one to be like scrutinized, because like you have Kenya, like you have Nene, you have the people that like everyone else brings things to the show, but it basically revolves around those two and what they're doing. And I think her biggest storyline came in, I think, season 9 when she did lie on Candy. Like that was like the biggest thing that she did, is when she lied on Candy, and then she was able to flip that and put the blame on Phaedra, whom people had already started to dislike in the first place. So she's been able to like kind of like hide herself from the spotlight so much based on who's been around her. Now that the spotlight is solely on her and she's not pregnant getting cheated on, you're not able to sympathize with her anymore. You're not able to look over at someone else, and and everyone is able, even her own fans. I've been on Twitter all night, and even her own fans are saying like, I just can't support Porsha anymore. I just can't even support Porsha anymore. I don't even know how I can support Porsha anymore. I don't know how I haven't been seen as. And I personally, like everyone, when you ask the question like when did you stop liking Porsha, like I everything that everyone else said I agree with, but what really solidified it for me is when she's supposed to be Tanya's friend, she's supposed to be her good girlfriend, knowing this girl is a forever fiance, and then you convince her to cheat on her fiance with the cameras on. Like, you really have no sense of friendship to anyone at all. You threw Phaedra under the bus. You told your sister while she was pregnant you didn't care what was going on inside her body. And now your own, this girl that you've like pulled over to your side, you got her facing off with Kenya, like going toe to toe with Kenya. Now,
somebody got a lot of
just, like,
static.
got her
Sorry.
like betraying her fiance on TV.
Exactly. Whose static is that? Somebody has a lot of static in their feedback.
That's actually probably mine.
Oh,
to be honest.
We still felt you, Carrie. Hold on, we're gonna mute you really, really quick. Oh, I think it was you, Carrie. Okay. It's okay. We coming back. Okay,
But
so
and we talk about, but Lauren needs to start holding Porsha accountable, because this is why she doesn't be on this show, especially because she knows Lauren is going to go talk to everybody and tell them the talking points and what Porsha wants them to talk about and what Porsha doesn't want them to talk about. And then she threw the responsibility on her little spiritual leader, whatever she called the lady, and told her, well, I know you'll hold her feet to the carpet, but no, why aren't you holding her feet to the carpet? And then you talking about some y'all gonna have a victory party. What victory is there? That y'all got Dennis to go home? Because that's the only thing that you guys accomplished. So what is the all white for? Because nothing pure happened in this episode at all. All this was some goddamn devil worship foolery. Child, y'all need some sage. They need to clean that whole hotel. Everywhere they went, they need some sage. So what they left there, child.
Okay, so you guys, listen. I want everybody one by one, because we're gonna wrap things up soon, to let us know. Listen, what do you think was the highlight of the episode, and what are you hoping to see on the next episode? And are you guys going to watch the wedding thing if they have a wedding thing? Oh, and also, sorry, I know I'm like 4 questions. Rate this episode. Tell me if you think any highlights, anything that stuck out to you. And also, would you guys be interested in watching a wedding special? Go. Who do we start with first? Let's start with Judgy first, because she is with child. Then we'll go to, who's next to Judgy? We'll go to Trey, then we'll go to Samara, then we'll go Carrie, make it make sense.
Okay.
Prosperity, and then we'll end with Betty. Go on.
Yay.
Yay.
Right, so like my all right, so I rated this episode a 4.
Okay.
I didn't really enjoy a lot of the antics as it relates to the fight itself. I like fights. I like to watch them. But that was too much. It didn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also think that I am going to watch, next episode, and I do want to watch this wedding spinoff because I feel like it's going to be a mess. I feel like Porsha's not going to be able to control the narrative as well because now producers are hip to it. Okay. So they're going to be watching their, conversations a little better, where people are at, who are her point people. So they're actually going to play her worse to herself than what she's already done. And also I think that they're going to, this is going to be the way they're going to close out her storyline. So if she gets a wedding special, they're closing out her storyline. She's not coming back on RHOA or any Bravo thing in any capacity. And so yeah. And also I didn't appreciate Simon, rubbing a grown man's back while he's arguing with his fiance.
So weird.
It was really weird, and some people try to say that was a cultural thing. I'm sorry. I feel like if someone was yelling at PK's wife, PK would have been all up in their face.
Mm-hmm.
And then my next point is I did appreciate Dennis not taking that opportunity in the confessional to drag Porsha like he should have. And also I don't believe Porsha's antics as it relates to also, one thing I noticed was that the fact that she had her short hair, and that was also the time when she was getting the tattoo of Simon's name. So that means that during the time you're so worried about your daughter having the surgery and you're so traumatized from what happened at Mexico, you've had enough time to go get a tattoo of your fiance's thing on your neck.
Oh, that's a good point.
So that's, it was really cringy. So that's my top 3 things. I don't want to take them all.
I love that. Okay, so next up we will go to Trey. Trey, you want to jump in?
Hey, can you hear me okay?
What's going on, Trey?
You can?
Yep, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay, awesome. I can't really rate the episode because I missed the first 10 minutes, but it seemed a little boring.
That was the episode,
Trey.
The
most boring one. That was the episode. Will I watch the wedding special? No. But I will watch the divorce special. I think that'll be better. They're going to have a divorce special.
Okay, well, listen.
That's the one I want to see.
Yes, and we keep seeing Porsha with short hair because, listen, just me studying, I feel like whenever Porsha feels like she's losing control of her narrative and she starts feeling out of control, you start seeing her for short hair. Don't ask me why, but I've noticed that little tangent. So we'll see how many times she keeps throwing the short hair up. We'll see.
With her Vaseline in her purse, huh? Ready to fight.
She looks like she got Vaseline in her purse.
She's
right?
always ready to fight.
But then again, no, actually, I would say Porsha strikes me as that person that wants to get tagged up so then she can play the victim. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't want to get her face rocked, but she strikes me as someone that will want to get a little scruffle, get a little bit, just something to be like, look what happened to me, even though you were the person that started it. I don't know why, she just does.
No, you're right, Tisa. She did that. As soon as Cynthia kicked her in the cooch, all of a sudden she had a contusion and she couldn't work for 2 weeks. Now, if somebody kicks you in the cooch and you can't work, what kind of work are you doing?
You know what? I hear that. Wait, really quick, you guys. Princess Di said Porsha's been cuddled her. Princess Di said Porsha's been cuddled her whole life because she played the victim ever since her father divorced her mom. Thank you so much, Princess Di. And Antonia Christian, thank you for the super chat. Said Porsha has just posted an IG taking no accountability and blaming Dennis. Yeah, girl, we read it online. We read it. It was ridiculous. At this point, what are you going to do? At this point, it just is what it is, it just is what it is. It's kind of like people that believe her and support her are going to believe her and support her. People that aren't. It's literally like one of those things like when our last president was in office, you either rocking with them or not. You know, like it is what it is. Ain't nothing changing. Her game rule book and her game book does not change. So it is. Samara, why don't you jump in? What did you think of the show?
I think the show was not a good look for Porsha at all. Yes. And I used to be an actual diehard fan of Porsha prior to the whole Simon Gabati. Yeah, I was. Because like the other, I'm not sure who said it, but when you look at Nene and you look at Kenya, she seems like a very likable person. She comes across, when you put them against those two, and she just came across as like a ditzy girl who just wanted to have fun and party. But what I came to realize is that Porsha is kind of a chameleon. I think she mimics whomever she's attached to at that moment. And I don't think she's the brightest person either. I just don't think that we've seen the true Porsha. I think she changes her face and her attitude based on the people that's around her. I think maybe we might be getting a little bit more of who she truly is now because she's with her family and she's not competing against the other girls on Housewives. So she might be a little bit more comfortable. But as someone who used to be a diehard fan of Porsha, I'm really disappointed. And she definitely lost a fan. I just saw her for something completely different. And it's kind of making me feel like everything that everyone was saying about her, like Claudia Jordan, about the married man and Kenya and stuff like that, is like, I kind of believe it. I really do believe it. Yeah, I do believe that she's just that type of person. And in regards to this episode, again, it's not a good look for Porsha. I just think it just reinforces the fact that she has anger issues and she's violent. But just overall, as an episode, I think I would give it like a 7. Okay. And if I were Porsha, I would just stop. I would just take time off, to be honest, because I think she tarnished her brand big time. And I think she just needs to regroup and reassess herself and then just try to come back in a better light, because she's just going downhill. She's going downhill.
I that's actually good advice, and maybe that's why she's talking about retiring. So you would give this a 7. That's a pretty honest assessment, especially considering you used to be a really big fan of Porsha, because you said between those two people, her personality just looks so lovable and sweet.
100%, like very just bubbly girl who's ditzy. She just want to have fun and party. And she just came across as someone like that, like, to be honest. And, you have Candy. Everyone plays their role. Candy's the boring one. And then you have...
Oh, Candy's not boring.
She's kind of boring. But she's, I think, the most authentic person on there. I think she's the most authentic person on there. But, like, just when you look at everyone's personality, Porsha just comes across as the ditzy, lighthearted girl who just wants to have fun. Exactly, yeah.
And it was a chameleon, because there's nothing... lighthearted about her. Like she's very calculating, but like Fanny said on Twitter, poorly calculated. Also, Trey, did you give your rating for what you rated this episode?
I would have to say a 5 or something on this one.
5. Okay.
Like, because I missed the first 10 minutes. I don't know if that's why, but I just found it to be a little boring.
Yeah, it was a lot of meat. That first watch the playback if you can. The fight starting the first 4 minutes, there was a lot going on, and it literally blew your mind. That's why I think my attention was so for the rest of the episode, because I was still just like, what in the world just happened? You know? So definitely. Okay, so let's go.
So I'll go back and watch it tonight.
Oh,
okay.
I'm so sorry to mess with the rotation. I'm about to dip out and go to bed.
Oh,
thank you guys so much for having me. It's nice to see you, my
Good
Justin
night.
Williams look-alike. And I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much.
Good night.
Okay,
Mama.
Bye.
Okay, so next up, bye-bye. So next up, we did Trey. Oh, prosperity. Next up, we got prosperity, to make it make sense. Then Kaya, then of course, Betty. Go on, prosperity. What's your thoughts on this?
My thoughts, the show, minus the fight, would have been nothing but besides her lying. I give it a 6 for the show. But like I said, Storm's a liar. We saw in this show that she was standing on the wall, nowhere near fist, nowhere anything, unless Porsha hit her when it first started, because she was beside Porsha when it first started.
Okay.
But after that, she was on the wall being covered by a bodyguard. So I don't know how Dennis should have got locked up. And then for Porsha to say, yeah, they need to lock him up. That's your daughter's father. What do you mean? They should lock him up.
That was
for something that you did. Right, because you did not have to get up and go stand towards that exit. You planned that. You knew what you were going to do. You probably thought that you were going to get to be able to pull Mama Gina from the back as they was walking down. Nobody was going to notice, and you was going to sneak and try to do whatever you did. You did that on purpose. She's playing in our faces. She contradicting herself. Excuse me.
That's okay. You okay, babe?
She sit there and tells us, oh, I don't understand why anyone's on the bus is acting like nothing happened last night and everybody's pushing things under the rug. You called them. Stop playing with us. True. You called them and told them not to say anything. So do you think they're going to go against you? No, they haven't went against you so far, so why would they start now? Lauren, you keep taking up for her. We're not going to dwell on anyone else. We're just going to talk about us. No, we're going to talk about everything, because this is the reason you brought us on this trip. Porsha didn't even, Dennis, Dom, everybody else did things, and Porsha did nothing. Porsha was always, I could have been drinking tequila with my man. I could have been in the room with my sleepwalker. Girl, this was not about bringing your family together. You thought you were going to be able to use this to make you and Simon look good and for the optics for people to accept it. That's what this show was for. But it turned out to show that you're a narcissist, you're a bitter baby mother, you're bitter about a man that has moved on. You say you've moved on. Why not just go? Why did you take him, his mama, and his slut? The slut wasn't even at dinner. The slut didn't even come on her show. So why is she even in your tongue? But you're not mad about that. And then you try to go to Aunt Liz and get her to talk about Mama Gina after she done told you they bonded a little bit. She liked Mama Gina, but you still wanted to try your hand to change the narrative to see if Aunt Liz would help you out and say, because Mama Gina was wrong. No, what I did see is that your man didn't get, that's what Mama Liz was like, what I did see was your man not get up and help you. He just stood there and patted Dennis on the back and made sure that Dennis ain't hit him, because that's all he was doing.
That's a good point. And Dennis really did come at her like she said. But then again, Simon sat there with Fallon and let 9 girls jump on her. So
right.
Yeah, Simon.
But you want to keep talking about Dennis doing this, Dennis ain't this, Dennis ain't that. Simon would never mess with one of his employees. Girl, Simon has multiple of his employees. It's like, if we listening to Fallon, because Fallon showed and told us he done had a lot of women on her. So stop trying to make Dennis be the bad guy. This is still your daughter's father. Your daughter is still going to have to grow up. The internet is forever. The internet doesn't go away. And even if she doesn't find it on her own, some child can find it and give it to her. Now she's growing up in school. Your mama a hoe. Your mama the queen of Thailandia. Your mama and your father was fighting. I remember. Did you see my mother used to watch that show? Yeah, you was a. Come on,
Yeah,
Porsha. You gotta do better than this. This show made me so mad because I hate. Don't do the bitter baby mama thing. Don't get mad because the man doesn't want to be with you. Move on. Kids do not deserve to be thrown in the middle of your mess. Kids don't deserve it because when they grow up, the parents that you're trying to make them hate, they're not going to hate them. They're going to hate you because they're going to be like, well, my father could have been in my life, but you're the reason that I didn't have a relationship. That's not cute. You don't do it. Then you want to get them locked up. Then you get Storm, throw her out there and let her make all these accusations against this man. And not one time did you come to her defense. Not even tonight in your little message you put out there. You still didn't say anything to help Storm and her allegations have a foot. You could at least say, yeah, well, she got hurt in the melee or lied about all the other lies you put in that damn statement, but you said nothing about Storm. You done fired Dom because, I can't take Porsha. Porsha, get it together. Because this is ridiculous. And I hope you don't go back to ROAH because they don't need your toxicity back over there. You want to fight everybody. Then you want to play victim. He made me do it. I can't believe I did it. We can believe it. Why you can't? This is your pattern. This is what you do. And Jamie, 5 years later, still don't know why you attacked her. You just attack people because you feel like you can get away with it.
Now you're so funny. First of all, thank you, Deconte Co, for the super chat. You said the Black Lives Matter activist wanted a black man locked up in jail in Mexico because of a fight she started. I know that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will say
locked
this.
up abroad.
Yeah.
And then said, "Oh, I don't like what the police do to our black men." When she was talking to Unlived, but you just tried to get one locked up, fool.
Yeah,
in Mexico.
No, you made some really, really good points, especially about what the Porsha Dennis, Simon debacle, that triangle, and what she was trying to do. You made some really, really good points. But I don't know if Porsha's ever going to get it together because, again, I don't know how she's going to spin herself out of this. I think Samara's right. And that's probably why she's trying to take a little time away with Simon. Just go somewhere, chill, and maybe next season on Housewives, if they even need you back, because they're saying that they're fine. Best cast ever. The producers are super, super happy about this season. I mean, we'll see what happens. But it's like, if there's no room and they don't need you, why would they want to have to pay you? When they
can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Dennis, why are you trying to make a co-parenting relationship with a child that you did not bear, that you did not help produce, but you have kids of your own that you have no relationship with?
Porsha, you mean Simon?
Why do you want to?
Simon.
Huh? I mean, that's what I meant, Simon.
No, we know. Yeah.
Simon, you got kids that you don't even deal with. Porsha, this is the example. You saw what she did to Fallon kids once they left. He hasn't been back in their life since. So why are you fighting so hard, pretending to fight so hard to have this man as a part of your daughter's life? You don't know him. You barely know this man. He should be nowhere around your kids. Paula should not have even met him yet in this little bit of time that y'all been together. She shouldn't even know of him. You got her in the Christmas pictures, opening presents. Oh, he's over there reading to her. Girl, sit down. She got a father. And if you let him do what you want to let him do it, he will be the father. But no, you want to keep playing these games, trying to make him jealous. He's not jealous, and it's not going to happen.
Damn, that was a read. Definitely. Okay, so make it make sense. Why don't you jump in here?
I'm gonna give it like a good 3 or 4 because after the fight sequence, it was filler. Like it was filler. I mean, there was some highlights. Like when I saw Mama Diane in that bed with them chips, it reminded me that Cordell is not a liar because he said when he would come home from work, Mama Diane would be in his bed eating pizza. Like who is in other people's master bedrooms eating pizza? But anyway,
I thought the same thing. I remember seeing those lemon pepper wings, and I was like, Cordell was telling the truth because she was not moving. She was kind. Don't get me wrong. I'm a bed eater too. I literally
do you have the seasoned salt in your nightstand?
Yes, and I'll have
Oh.
drinks and stuff like
Don't
water.
tell nobody
I'll
else
like
that,
Gatorade, my
Tisa.
coconut water. I love watching TV. I'll have 3 different types of liquids onto the side. So as a bed eater, I saw this wasn't for the thing, but would I ever be in somebody else's bed eating? Never.
You are a Pisces. I don't care what you say because I do the same thing. I got all the same stuff sitting beside my bed. I'm gonna eat in bed and might fall asleep with a chip in my hand.
Yes.
Don't tell nobody else that story. Prosperity.
I'm only 175. I can stand a little. I ain't gonna get too big, but I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna dust the crumbs out my bed when I get finished.
There's been plenty of times I've had to wake up and go wash my face and brush my teeth because I literally was like, in the middle of eating something and fell asleep. Yes, there's nothing like.
Try it, make it make sense. I promise you, it'll change your life.
Make it make sense as a person that eats only at the table. He's like, oh no, get out of here, heathens. Just go. Just go.
Okay, so what struck me just in general is the fact that Porsha is so upset that Dennis cheated on her. But we know that she has stolen people's men with reckless abandon, from husbands to boyfriends. Like, I'm reading the book too, and like she kind of minutely mentions the fact that she started off by stealing her cousin's friend's friend's boyfriend, and that pick me spirit. And so I'm like, you haven't evolved. But karma always comes back to bite you in the ass. So now the one that you wanted, the one that you thought you were gonna get his hot dog legacy, cheated on you. You have a whole fiance next to you, and you're still wrapped up in the fact that this man cheated on you. But you've broken up so many people's happy homes.
Mhm.
Like, that really strikes me because it's like, you know, payback is a bitch, and now you're getting it.
By her
That's a
own
word.
hand. That's the crazy part. Like, how do you exact revenge on yourself? Like, in all the ways she probably thought she'd be taken down. I don't think that she thought. I think she still thought she had production in her pocket, and the way she was acting really, really pissed production off. And they showed. I don't even know if they showed the real her, but they showed enough that we were like, "Ooh, something's not adding up." Right now, here's the thing.
Definitely.
Here's the thing that I will say my sources have told me, right? Don't forget, and if you think back to old Atlanta, talking about like night dresser order, Porsha keeps a bottle of ranch and a bottle of ketchup on her nightstand. She's done it in Real Housewives, and she's done it in every spinoff she has. So Porsha is a night eater for real. And also, people are quick to point out that Dennis never cheated. He acted like he wanted to be with her for a split second to try to see if he could make it work when Porsha first told him he was pregnant. Don't forget, Porsha got pregnant like 3 weeks after they started dating, right? So he tried to make it seem like he wanted to work. Like, you know how it is. It's like, okay, we're having a baby. We kind of have fun. You're cute. We obviously connect in bed. Let's see if we can have something more. Dennis did what he's supposed to do. Let's see if we can actually have a real family. However, very quickly, while she was pregnant, he found out, okay, this isn't going to work. Porsha, my sources are telling me, was like, no. Let's just at least act like we're a couple on the camera. It'd be good for your business, good for mine, blah, blah, blah. Dennis never wanted to turn that opportunity. Was like, I mean, all right, that's cool. Like, we got fun together. You know, that's cool. But they were never in that committed relationship that Porsha kept trying to push. So there's that.
So then I got me to thinking about Todd and the baby note. So we're expected to believe that Porsha is willing to have a baby with Todd, but he's never mentioned in the book. Like, after I got to Cordell, I was like, Todd would have had to have come beforehand. So we're expected to believe you want to produce a child with a man that didn't even get 2 sentences in your book?
That's a good point. He didn't even get 2 sentences in the book. But you know what, though? Again, don't get me wrong. I've heard a lot of misogynist men talking about baby bitter mamas, and you got to be careful. These girls are trapping you. And I'm always like, boys, shut up. Right? Because I always looked at it saying, these people don't really exist. You guys are just using misogynistic tropes on women. There's not really a woman that's going to trap a man with a baby. And then we got Porsha. There's not a woman that's going to be so bitter, it's going to let her feelings for the guy is going to interfere in her. And look at Porsha. It's sad that Porsha literally is turning into a stereotype and a trope. But I will say that, to Dennis's point, Dennis ain't do Porsha dirty the way Porsha would lead us to believe, you know? Todd's missing from the book, but didn't they just say that Porsha peed on a stick to see if she was pregnant by Simon? And according to her, she's only known Simon for like what, a good month at this point, and she's taking pregnancy tests. Porsha is definitely very, very calculated, you know?
What about telling the doctor the first and last name of her potential baby daddy when she was dating the Washington Redskin?
Oh.
Who goes around and says, I don't know if I'm pregnant or not, but I'm pregnant by this person, and gives a first and the last name?
That is. And she did say, it's because I was so proud. Girl, shut up. Porsha always describes her antics behind God and pride and love. She can spit in someone's face and be like, I was just filled with so much love. That's her MO. Listen really quick. Kaya, Mama, what's up? Why don't you weigh in on this?
Hi. I'm gonna rate this a 5. I think it was so pathetic. I don't know anyone who would want to be on TV and this kerfuffle happens and everyone's on Dennis and you are literally on your man's shoulder reaching down on tables to pick up plates and cups and everything else, just throwing it everywhere, and there's like 10 different people. Now that is throwing something at someone. As you know, I like Candace, you know, she'd be throwing a knife at Ashley went to the ground. But anyway, I think Shamir, if I'm saying it right, you're beautiful. I find it so interesting that people say Porsha is ditzy, because I'm just like, I think her funniest moments were people laughing at her. And I don't necessarily like people who are ditzy because it seems like it's a ploy. She never seemed like she's necessarily fun. I think it always feels like an act. And I think both of you have said, like, in her book, you know, God's calling to be a wife. But truly, I think she doesn't really think much of herself, or she is just so shallow. Because my thing, if you were even meant to be a wife, you know, there's like, you know, the different versions of people and our different roles in life and the places we want to be. She doesn't even act like she can cook. It doesn't seem like she's a homemaker. She's been don't laugh at me. She has the money. You bought this mansion. Your basement's not complete. And even if you were not the kind of, you know, partner who's in the home cooking and cleaning, all that kind of stuff, you don't seem like the wife who would be well traveled, who would be well versed, who could like make the connections for your husband or your partner. No, removing gender stereotypes. You don't even seem like that kind of partner who, like, you would partner with someone wealthy and you're helping them build up. You don't even seem like that. So I'm just kind of like, what is your goal in life? Because personally, for me, if I had a grandfather who was a prominent civil rights activist and he had his own foundation, my aunt was running it, I find it crazy that she is 40 and she's not having an official role in her grandfather's foundation that her aunt is running now. I find that crazy that you are 40 and now you are, regardless if you just start your activism, you know, it happens on different people's timelines or it never happens. I find it crazy and weird that you've been going around different states doing all of this, but you've never gotten an official title for your own family's activist foundation. Like, I think that's weird because it shows to me that I don't think there's ever been any direction in her life. I think it's crazy. She's always been in Real House of Atlanta. And like, I don't really even think we saw the birth of Go Naked. And she was on last season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. We didn't see the birth of Pampered by Porsha. Everything just looks like a quick scheme. And how the other person said, it's like she's scheming, but for me, she's scheming without a brain. She is 1-2 steps, and the next step she doesn't even think about. Because my thing is with Storm, I think that is so tragic. I was even thinking, okay, don't even talk about if it's not true. If it is true, why are you handling this like you are playing a game? Why are you handling this like it's internet fodder? If this happened to your cousin, to my cousin, I would be like, let's go ahead and go to the police. You just told me he's sexually harassing you. Why are you sitting there waiting for him to come to you? You go to your prosecutors and you go and see if you have a case for them to go after him. You don't need a lawyer to get money like that. You can go to your state or your city and try to get that handled. But instead, you allow your cousin to go on Twitter. Because now, if this is true, people are looking at her side eye. And if it's not true, again, people are looking at her side eye. She handles nothing with any type of care.
Yes. I agree. I agree.
I don't want to watch a wedding special. I don't know how much more it could be entertaining. I don't want to listen to that man's, again, as I said, I'm a classically trained musician. That man's voice bothers my relative pitched ears. It bothers my ears. So I can't.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree so much. Okay, so, and last but not least, Betty, jump in here and let us know what you think.
Okay, I rate this episode a 7 because I feel like I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I just I just feel like we just got a view into crazy land. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm hooked. I'm officially hooked. I haven't even been watching the show. But at this point, I am hooked because I think these are two agents of chaos. And I honestly feel like they're gonna be together for a while. This is not something that's just gonna be like a little short lived. These are two crazy ass people that found each other and they're about to show the world just how crazy they can get. And I'm just officially hooked. I'm watching this mess. I want to see how far this will go. I am hooked. My favorite scene of tonight was Simon caressing Dennis's back. I just thought that was so wild. Like, why are you caressing this man? I don't even understand. It's like Simon knew exactly what was gonna happen that night. He knew, and he had a plan. Like, you know what? I just don't want to get hit. Please, nobody hit me. And so I'm gonna do what I gotta do to make sure nobody hits me.
Yes, just him. He was under the table. Porsha was just literally. Porsha was his bodyguard that night. Again, right. Kaya, did you see when Porsha was fighting Simon on her knees to get up, and Simon was
she was cuddling and talking in his arms, like, break me free, get me out of your arms.
When the aunt was rebuking the spirits, Simon gonna say, "Go get the shoes." Like, what? Oh my God! I'm sorry.
That was an excuse to blame Dennis.
The way he said, why she's been like praying over her. Can you go get the shoe?
Get the shoes. Yo, I'm telling you, Porsha and Simon are two peas in a pod, and this is a ride that I'm getting on officially. I cannot wait to see what else they got in store for us, because these are two crazy ass people, and they are gonna be here for the long run to sell us and to serve us all this crazy. And Porsha, girl, I'm here for it. I'm officially here.
You know what? We're gonna watch it. Kaya, did you say? Well, wait a second. So with Betty, what did you rate this episode? And you
a 7, just because I feel like at this point it's so clear what each person, especially when it comes to Simon. I feel like at this point it's so clear that Simon is here to be an agent of chaos and nothing else.
That's it. That is.
I want to know: was it embarrassing when the producer came out and was like, "Yo, why are y'all not talking about what happened?"
No, Porsha thought that she played them, because Kaya brought this up like on a few lives ago, right? But you know, in reality TV, if you want your point to be across, your coworkers might get sick of it. But what you have to do is every single scene repeat your same talking points, right? The chocolate chip cookies, everything they say. Yeah, but what about my chocolate chip cookies? Even if they don't have anything to do with it, it annoys your coworkers, but you will get your narrative across. Likewise, if something happens, but nobody will talk about it, it's almost impossible for them to make a storyline or make an issue out of it, because they don't have enough to go. And even though they know something's going on, when they put it in front of network events, they're going to be like, what is this? Is there any proof? Did anyone talk about it? And the producers can't break that fourth wall. That's another reason why Porsha was so mad about the Bolo gate, because when Kenya was being funny, being like, so were you with Bolo? And she was making it funny, and people started talking. Even Shamia started talking. That's how it became a storyline. So Porsha thought she was being slick. She thought she had her family in her pocket. And she thought that when she said, don't say anything, nobody would say anything. And it would have worked if it wasn't for that meddling Dennis McKinley. Because don't forget, Dennis threw that shit out to Lottie that let her know that Porsha had gotten her fired. And after that, Lottie will not take Porsha's side for anything. So there we go.
Honestly, Tisa, I feel like this is the episode. This is the episode that really showed us what's in store for the future. And I'm sorry, I'm here for it. These people are crazy as hell, and I'm here to watch this. I'm here for it. I'm officially here.
But here's the thing.
It's entertaining, but it's a child.
Okay, but here's the thing. And Kaya, answer this for me. Here's the thing. I see what you're saying, but the thing is with season 2, outside of a wedding, and a wedding they ain't given 8 episodes to, right? Ain't that much thing. They don't know what to do. Half of Porsha's family ain't even talking to her. Half the other people aren't going to come up and show up. Dennis and Miss Gina, who was the thing, they're not going to film with Porsha again. Or if they is, Porsha's not going to like the way that they're going to film, right? Half of the people aren't there. Storm doesn't want to be on reality TV. I'm sure she could talk Storm and Dom into coming in, right? But Storm said she didn't want to be on the reality show anymore. You got Miss Darlene. I'm sure Miss Darlene will do it. But Miss Darlene, besides like her catching the Holy Ghost, it's like whatever. So you got Portia's mom, Miss Darlene, Storm, and Dom. Those were the three, and maybe Lauren Friend, right? I don't even think Lauren's messing up with her right now. Not like that. So again, the most boring people are fine to come back, but where is the episode? Like, where is the show?
And Tisa, you're just remind me of a point, because I think one man was like, someone was talking about like, oh, this show's going to redeem her. No, this show came before the Simon thing came out. I thought it was supposed to be about activism. But regardless of whatever storyline she had, obviously it wasn't enough for them to scrap it and redo it to this. So my thing is, how many stories does she really have? I don't really know what I'm going to be watching, because the Simon thing was not happening when that show came out.
Come on, she never cared about that. How many years she had to really like do that? This is her family legacy. You're gonna wait for you on TV to act like you care about this, please, girl.
But we're not talking about her caring about being an activist. The fact it was supposed to be her storyline, but obviously there was not. From what we know, obviously there was not enough for them to scrap it, and now we're in Mexico co-parenting. So my thing is like, what was the story? What was the story supposed to be? And that's why I'm just like, that's why I keep saying it's not sustainable, because I don't really know like what's she supposed to be doing? I don't really know.
No, it's true. Well, it's true. What is the future? Her and Simon watching them get drunk, sit by the pool with no kids around, and hate. Don't get me wrong. Me and my boyfriend will gossip together. You know how it is, man. You're shaking your best friend, like, let me tell you what happened. Oh my God, did you hear this? Right? I'm on the phone, like, what happened? And he's around the corner, like, you know, trying to act like he's busy listening into the conversation. But honestly, and maybe it's because they just literally not got together, but came out with the relationship. But literally every scene that Porsha and Porsha and Simon have had to show us their relationship, they chose to talk trash about everyone and judge everybody. So I'm with you, Kaya. Where's it going? Like, honestly, even this mess, they can't have a fight every season. Where is it going? Or maybe they can.
To the next chick when
like
the next chick that Dennis finally find.
True.
Simon find and let her go.
True.
Actually, Dennis, they could play with Dennis, and Dennis could do an injunction and make sure that Pilar can't film. So they may not want to take him too far.
Do the Mark Daly. He
do the
Mark. He did it.
I just feel like these people are crazy, and they're just so unpredictable. You just don't know what's coming next. That's how I feel right now. It's just like these are just two unpredictable agents of chaos, and you just don't know what they got planned next. And I'm just tuning in to see what kind of crazy these people will manifest next.
You don't have me saying agents.
I can't even imagine the next episode.
I was actually
like, what are they going to show us?
It's the next season finale. That's the season finale. Next episode, you're going to see the scene where they sat down and refilmed. And remember when Porsha said, Dennis said unspeakable things to me. And you're going to see Dennis ain't saying nothing except for I'm going to solidify our visitation agreement through court, because we can't be doing this. So
she always does that. She always try to get us hype. Oh, you're not going to believe what you're going to see. And it's always something that normal people do. Like, girl, shut up.
Exactly.
He's just asking to establish his parental rights so you can't play with him. That's what you want men to do with their children. You want them to be active. You want them to want to be a father. You want them to want to have their kids with them. But now that you don't have any other narrative to give us, this is supposed to be a bad thing. What?
It's true.
Simon kids' mothers need to be doing the same thing, trying to get some damn parental so he can pay for something, so he can be in their life, so he can see them.
Listen, like, Simon and Porsha, the next time I think we'll hear from them, I mean, really big, will be on Real Housewives. And maybe by that time, Porsha might leave home. I don't know, because I feel like she's going to be crying. I feel like she's going to be crying when she goes to pawn that ring and they tell her it's Sunny with a chance of meatballs and they can't see any good. Like, I'm telling you, wait until she says, oh, no, it was cracked. And I thought that was real, but really it was manzanite or whatever you call it.
That's the ring she talking about. Remember, she said Dennis' ring gonna fall apart if she take it out the thing. That's the ring that's on her finger right now.
So she got a Robin Dixon ring? Is that what you're saying?
No, here's all I'm saying. I don't know. Listen, I don't know much about jewelry, but I know clear diamond when I see one. And Porsha's ring is peach,
inclusion,
and summer. It's a color of malaria. I'm telling you, that ring is so cloudy. That's why it's like, yeah, the thing. But I'm just waiting because the way she tried to treat Dennis and the way she treats everyone and how messy Simon gets when they separate. Simon gonna be doing Insta live. Porsha gonna be crying. She's gonna be like, "It wasn't even real," and blah blah blah.
Oh my God! When those two people break
she
up,
tried to shine a
oh
blue
my
light
God, it's
into
gonna
the
be a
ring,
mess.
and it still was peach. When Tisha said that, I say, "Oh no!"
The
She said
diamonds
she
in
wants
her nails are clear.
match.
That's all.
But it's also crazy how fast Porsche will lie, which is why I say scheming without a brain. Because just what now, 3 weeks ago, you said Dennis was broke and he wasn't worth anything and he wasn't giving child support, even though normal people will know that he's not paying child support because you don't have him on child support. But now this week, you wanted to wait because you were trying to protect your baby father's business and da. But you were just degrading him and basically talking like he doesn't do good business and he doesn't know how to buy jewelry and he doesn't take care of his child and all that kind of stuff. But now you care.
She just said, "Get him locked up." She just said on tape, "Get his dirty ass locked up, Lord. What is cheating ass or something?" She said about get him locked up, but you care about him now.
Listen,
have we talked about how Dom was ready to catch a fade last week, but this week when fight actually happened, he was standing on top of the table?
Let's do the Porsha, y'all. Everybody start crying.
He was on House of Aaron last night talking about that.
How he won, like, so what was it? Because last week you ready to fight. Today you revving up the fight and you're nowhere to be seen. I watch Bad Girls Club and I know that when the fight starts, that's your chance to get the bitch. If you wanted it with him, that's when you could have got it, and you chose not to. So
he said that wasn't the first. Dennis always telling him that, and then he'd say he ain't tripping. Then he say when Dennis was walking out the in this scene when Dennis was walking out, he told Aaron, he looked back at me like, "Nah, dude, I don't got no beef with you." When? What? I missed that look tonight. Y'all gotta go watch Aaron's interview.
Listen, we can just focus on Porsha. Much continued success to Dom, handsome guy, super funny, right? Him and Dennis got along when Porsha weren't around, right? And to House of Aaron, much continued success on his channel. Let's move on to the next subject, all right? We can talk about, listen, we are super amped for next, we're super amped for the next episode. It's going to be good. My sources actually are emailing. I think I'm going to put a video out tomorrow with a little bit background information on this. But y'all, all I got to say is this show is turning into the Hot Mess Express.
Turning into?
I know. I mean, like,
it's on as the house of the hot mess. It started out.
And I don't know what's going to help it. But in the meantime, you guys, thank you so much for joining live. I'm going to give a shout out to my panel. Thank you so much, Betty, Kaya, Make It Make Sense, Samara, gorgeous. Thank you for finally joining. We got Trey and Prosperity Thick Thighs. Thank you so much.
Go get your glasses.
Yes.
Go get your wine glasses and your
Tisa, if
tumblers.
it weren't for you, a lot of people wouldn't be watching this show. They owe you.
Well,
that is a fact. That's a fact.
Thank me. Listen, Porsha can thank me, right? I know they're cursing because they only want, but I know they're secretly happy. I know Bravo's happy about this, right? Because this show is whatever. But anyway,
they owe you big time.
Somebody needs to interview Aunt Liz. Somebody need to get Aunt Liz on the line. Somebody needs to try to get an interview with Aunt Liz.
Listen, I'm gonna get Aunt Liz.
You need a cameo on that show, Tisa.
I want to get anybody that could talk, but unfortunately, but you know what? The one thing I will say though, you know, everybody to me, except for PJ's mommy, really cares about PJ. So it's like, you know, there's a kid involved, a lot of stuff's going on, but you know, I hope they work it out just for their sake. But as long as Porsha's there, I just don't think it's gonna be worked out. But anyway, you guys, let me get out of here before my laptop dies. I'm racing against the clock before it dies. Thank you so much, you guys. And also for Carrie and who else? Carrie. Oh, Gloria. Thank you so much, you guys. And I will talk to you later. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.